The sunshine out now over the swamp as we get set for the Gators and the Volunteers. And moments ago, traditional Mr. Two-Bits, two-time Olympic gold medalist and former Gator freestyle and butterfly swimmer Caleb Dressel. Getting the crowd fired up. The captains at midfield. We head to the third member of our team, Allie LaForce. Allie?
Hey, Brad. Hey, Gary. The Tennessee and the Florida football programs have provided hope. In a week filled with fear and devastation here in the state of Florida, I say that as the sun comes out for the very first time all day, and it's also sprinkling. It's been a dark week. There are over 100 players on both of these rosters from the state of Florida, with 14 of them being from Tennessee. So what both universities were able to do is provide shelter, food, and water for the player families who needed to evacuate this week. In addition, both teams are wearing decals on their helmets to support the evacuees and show their support for the hurricane victims, with Tennessee's even reading Florida Strong. Tennessee also sent 24 security members to help with the game today. It's been an outpouring of support from both teams. Florida actually purchased 4,000 tickets and gave them to evacuees on campus. They then donated that money back to the Hurricane Relief Fund. Now, we've met several families over the course of the last 2 days. We met a family filled with firefighters who said this game was their one escape from the reality. We also met another family in our hotel room who lost their home and came to Gainesville to just get away. It's been a really incredible display of teamwork off the field, not just on it.
Well said, Allie. And in the wake of Irma and the hurricane in Texas before it, you know, nothing good came out of those two hurricanes except everybody bonding together.
Right. I was driving on the highway after the game, Brad, and I must have passed 500 electrical trucks coming from Ohio, Illinois, Michigan. Everybody pitched in.
It is a little muggy, as you might guess, in Gainesville, Florida, in the middle of September. 85 feels like 93. As Allie said, is sprinkling through the sunshine. And the series history, I mentioned snapping an 11-game winning streak. It's a 47th all-time meeting, but the last laugh went to the Vols last year as they scored 38 straight to come from behind and win. Tennessee won the toss and deferred. Florida will receive. You saw Aaron Medley tee it up. That's Tyree Cleveland at the goal line with Brandon Powell. SEC opener. Here we go. Whoops. Almost brought it out. Brandon Powell said, Tyree, let's just leave it right where it is.
The 9-year veteran, Brandon Powell. Right?
Let's take a look at the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. The guy we talked about at the helm, the future at the quarterback position for the Florida Gators, Felipe Franks. There's his abbreviated stay in the Michigan game 2 weeks ago.
Ness, I graded 13 plays that were called pass plays. He only threw it 9. I graded them pretty well. Listen, it ain't easy. And when your first start is against an odd defense like Michigan, the other 10 guys got to get it going too.
This is his home opening snap in the shotgun from the 25. And it's a quick throw to try to get him in rhythm, and they do to Josh Hammond. And Hammond got about 8. Let's take a look at the rest of the offense. For the Florida Gators, the guy that makes all the calls up front is TJ McCoy. He told us yesterday there are a lot of things that he could have done better against Michigan to help his offensive line teammates.
Well, the big question for Tennessee fans, and even me, is what will Tennessee's defense look like? They've been so vanilla. They were off the ball. Look they're crowding the ball now. They're going to be a lot different than what Florida saw on tape the last 2 games.
Well, Michael P. rides a single setback. They fake it to him. Franks wants to throw, and he's going deep down the left sideline. Are we going to get a flag? No, we're not. Emmanuel Mosley right there with Tyree Cleveland.
Yeah, no space at all. Defensive coordinator Bob Shoop has got to be happy with that. He knows if he's going to be able to put pressure on the quarterback, those 2 corners are going to have to do that. Nope, that's not enough. That's good coverage. Good no call.
The fans don't like it, but it's 3rd down to 3.
Look how different that front looks for Tennessee than what they've showed the last 2 games.
They're going to pitch it to Pirine. Got a blocker in front, and he got a first down. He got whacked as soon as he crossed that first down line. Batuli made the tackle.
Well, this is what you do. If you want to run the edge, your tight end has to get the block. And number 80 gets the block right here to get around it. Seante Lewis pins it, and they're out. You get your tight ends and H-backs doing stuff like that, you can run the ball.
They've been talking about trying to get a tight end around here that can really put his hand in the dirt and be a good blocker, but Lewis, great block on that one. First down, Mark Thompson now for the first time into the backfield behind Franks. He'll get the carry. Tries to cut it to the left. Maybe got 2 out of that against the Tennessee defense that looks like this. Batuli in on the tackle. That's because he's always in on the tackle. There's their defense. He leads all Power 5 conference defenders coming into this game in tackles. That's his 29th of this young season.
You know, you talked about those last 2 games, Brad. Florida has not been able to run the ball. Just 106 and 109 yards in the last 2 years.
They got 2 out of the last play. Second down and 8. That's Powell in motion. And the quick throw out in the flat to Powell. And he's got a blocker in front, and he's got a lot of room to run. Run out at the 40-yard line. Great job by the tackle to get out and lead the way.
Here's where I think Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator, is going to try to do. The linebacker, the young linebacker, Brad Batuli, is going to start in the middle. He's never played it. He's going to try to affect him with play action. Look at those linebackers sucking up. That creates that space.
There's Doug, left of the screen, offensive coordinator. Got to be happy with this opening drive at the 40-yard line of Tennessee. First down, 3 wide out set, but they'll keep it on the ground. Thompson trying to make a move in the hole, and he bounced off a couple of people, and a tough run. Mark Thompson using all 239 pounds there.
You know, when you talked about the suspensions for Florida, you know, the 2 guys, obviously Callaway and Jordan Scarlett. Scarlett provided that physical run, and right there what Thompson did is what I think the Florida fans are saying, boy, if we can have that, that'll make it easier for our young quarterback to get off and running and throwing the ball.
Malik Davis now in the Florida backfield. Already off on this drive to more than they had against Michigan. Nowhere to go for Davis, the freshman. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. Forte Sapp made this tackle for Tennessee.
Well, that to me is the game. Can that front for Tennessee, the edges have been questioned, whether they have edge rushers or the edge, as we've got an injured player on the field for Tennessee right now.
Taylor down, the defensive end.
The question mark for that Tennessee defense against both the pass and the run is, can we set the edges against the run? They didn't on that first long run. And can we rush the passer from the edge?
We'll check out Darrell Taylor when we come back. 11:40 remaining first quarter. They got Taylor on the sideline. It came off under his own power. Back on the drive for Florida. Felipe Franks and a long line of quarterbacks since the Tim Tebow era. National championship and a Heisman Trophy for Tim. And then it was kind of a rotating quarterback situation. Some of those guys transferred, obviously.
Right. One of my thoughts was those guys on the right want that to be a smaller picture. Could you shrink that down a little bit?
Will Greer now starting at West Virginia.
I think Jacoby Brissett is going to start.
He's going to start for the Colts.
Well,
so some
Florida
of the guys
fans don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know. Some of those good ones got away for one reason or another. Allie's got an update on Taylor, I think.
Yeah, guys, they were concerned with his head-neck area. They had him do some stretches. They asked him if he had any headaches at all. He said no, so they said he's good to go back in.
That's good news for the sophomore out of Waverly, Virginia. 3rd down and 3, Florida. On this opening drive that started at their own 25-yard line. Nice mix of run and pass. Let's see what Franks does here. Looking to keep it straight ahead. Nice bounce off for Pirine, and he's down to the 25-yard line. Looked like he was going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage or behind, but he fought through it.
Okay, so here's one of those plays right now where if this doesn't make it, if this thing doesn't bounce out and make the first down, this is where the fans right away start with their thumbs, right? Right onto Twitter?
Exactly.
I mean, I know the air conditioning might not be working, but Twitter is down here. Okay.
They've worked it.
Anytime you run the ball on 3rd down and don't make it, you hear about it.
That's right. They started at their own 25. They've made it to the Volunteer 25. Franks play fake and swatted down at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got a paw on it. Might have been Kyle Phillips.
Well, there's good news for the Vol fans. I mean, after Derek Barnett blew up this Florida offense in the second half a year ago, for someone on the edge to make a play, that is good news. And for Kyle Phillips to do that, jumping up, timing it, and takes down that 6'5" throw right there.
Barnett, who broke Reggie White's sack record at Tennessee and then became the #1 draft choice of the Eagles. And it's hard to replace a guy like that.
Yep.
2nd and 10. P-Rod stays in there, flanking Franks in the shotgun. Quick throw. Complete to Hammond. And Hammond got 8, maybe 9. You know, we talked with Jim McElwain yesterday, and he said, Gary, as a quarterback, you know what it feels like. We got to get some layups. That means just quick pitch and catch.
Absolutely. Well, you know, against Michigan, he tried to do some quick screens. The thing was, it wasn't blocked very well. They were catching it and gaining a yard and a half. I thought Mosley playing man-to-man in that position right there, way too big of a cushion. That's too easy.
And now they've got a whole bunch set on 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, that's the ball popped out, and I didn't hear the whistle till late. But they're not going to call it. That's the new modern quarterback sneak, by the way. Since they changed the rule to being allowed that the offensive players can push, and this is the new formation you see.
Well, the question is whether they got the 1st down. They got it right at the 15-yard line, and it is going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, I think Cortez McDowell ripped it out right at the end, but it was a little too late.
Forward progress had already taken him across the line, as you saw there. So Florida in the red zone, and the opening drive that's taken them 5 minutes. 3 for 3 on their 3rd down conversions after that one. Florida with a Verizon red zone. First trip this season. They never got here against Michigan 2 weeks ago. Let's see what they do with it. Powell in motion. And might have had too much motion going on. Let's see if 2 guys are moving at the same time. Well, it's a delay of game. You're looking for a rushing touchdown from the Gators. You got to go back a ways. Last year, in fact, against Georgia. Right around Halloween time, so it's been a long dry spell scoring on the ground. It's basically 7 games. So that sets them back. First time they put themselves behind the chains on this opening drive. 1st and 15. All the receivers to the right side, including the tight end. And we got another flag.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And I tell you, that time, Tennessee was confused.
Referee John McDade's microphone's not working at this point.
Yeah.
Artez Ivy is the guilty party, and now they're going in the wrong direction, Gary.
Yeah, that's, you know, it is harder inside the 20, but usually you talk about that after the snap, not before the snap.
So back-to-back penalties. Jim McElwain's still smiling anyway.
Well,
Deontay Lewis now shifts in the tight end on a slot to the right side. 3 wideouts for Franks on 1st down at 20. Quick slant. And that picks up 10 of it. Tyree Cleveland got half of it back.
Yeah, excuse me. Tennessee had not shown much blitz at all in the first couple games. Obviously, one is an option team, but this time they do bring the blitz, and the perfect call is on the quick slant. Again, a little bit too much space. This time it's Justin Martin. He had those problems in the Georgia Tech game, got replaced, giving up a little bit too much ground.
So now 2nd down and 10 as they're back where they originally started. Franks floats one. He had to float it, and he floated it too much to Mark Thompson.
Yeah, but that's a big play. You're right. Got a little bit of pressure from Kyle Phillips, number 5. But if he gets this completed, it's a touchdown. It's a walk-in. It's a perfect call. And that one, not the right touch.
Had 3 blockers on 2 defenders. Exactly. He would have scored. Yep. You're right.
I mean, that's the one that you expect your quarterback to make that play.
Now the Gators have been good on third down. They'll have to earn this one. Third down and 10.
Toughest play in football, 3rd and 10 inside the 20.
Thompson now a flush out of the backfield as an extra receiver to the bottom of your screen.
Well, they blitzed 3 straight plays.
Franks over the middle, complete at the 10.
Good defense.
Josh Hammond dropped right there.
It's exactly how you want to play at that time. Let it happen in front of you. Nigel Warrior, number 18, is the guy that lets it. He knows it's 3rd and 10. Don't do too much. Keep your wits about you. Just let him catch the ball, make the tackle.
So that brings out Eddie Pinedo, who had hit 13 straight before he missed one against Michigan. So 1 out of 2 on the season. This would be a 29-yard, I beg your pardon, 27-yard field goal attempts, and it's up and good. So Florida moved it down the field. Had one too many third down situations. Their kicker puts them in front, though. Gators at the Swamp in their home opener by 3. So doubleheader for you tomorrow on CBS. Felipe Franks' opening drive was better than the whole game against Michigan.
I asked when we were with Coach McElwain, and Brad, I asked him, like, if you would have been the offensive coordinator, would you have benched him? And he goes, we had a plan.
Yeah.
Right? That's as far as he would go. I pushed him.
Micah Abernathy back to return the kick. And this one's going out of the back of the end zone. So we'll come out to the 25 for Tennessee. So basically half of the first quarter belonged to Florida. We'll see how Tennessee does as we check our Chick-fil-A starting lineups. And that brings out the guy we talked about in the open, Quentin Dormady. There's his numbers on the season. The last 5 minutes in overtime against Georgia Tech, he was sensational. But before that, he was struggling.
He was. You know what strikes me the most is the change that they have made at Tennessee from Josh Dobbs to Dormady's style. It's night and day. Early in the game, I thought he was a little bit nervous. Who wouldn't be, right? But I thought, the clutch plays he's made down the end, that's got to be a great sign for this Tennessee fans and football team.
Kelly hit at the line of scrimmage by David Reese. Rest of the Tennessee team offensively, the guy that just carried the football, is really their bread and butter so far, and that's John Kelly. And Ethan Wolf has been kind of a thorn in the side of the Gators. He had 4 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown last year. Can be a matchup problem for anybody. 2nd down and 10. Callaway in motion. Dormady rolling to throw, does late, and Callaway made the catch.
Perfectly. That's funny. We talked to Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator for Florida. I said, are you going to be able to rush them and give them trouble? He goes, if they throw from the pocket, we might. I expect them to do a lot of RPOs, run pass, and roll out and throw. Great footwork out there by the end. Callaway.
Illegal motion on the back in motion, moving towards the line of scrimmage at the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So that.
Well, Callaway nullified his own catch because he's the guy they called in motion. He's right here. Watch him go in motion. Apparently, he starts up too soon. Usually, they give him a lot of leeway. That's too much leeway. That's leeway plus there.
So we'll take away his nice catch.
Well, wait, it was declined.
It was.
Yeah, so he gets it. I'm surprised.
Opening 3rd down for Tennessee. Dormady under pressure and complete 1st down.
I'm surprised. That's a 3rd and medium play. I'd take 2nd and 15 with my pass rush all day.
I would too.
After the first call by Tennessee, they tipped their hand. They did not have a lot of confidence in being able to pass block. So what do? You allow them to come back and throw a 3rd and medium to the guy you want him to throw to, too.
Duke Dawson is shaken up on the play. He's the veteran guy in the secondary for Florida. Maybe a contact problem. He was wearing glasses when we met with him yesterday.
That's right, he was.
Duke Dawson, when we met with Duke yesterday, had like the Woody Hayes throwback horn-rimmed glasses on, and we're pretty sure in this case it's, guys, my contact is stuck down in the corner of my eye. We got to work on this.
Yeah, and he's one of those veterans that this secondary needs in this game. Remember, they lost 4 of them from last year, 3 to the NFL, and then the injury to Harris. That's you don't want to lose another veteran.
First down, Tennessee at the 39. High snap. Nobody out in the flat. Easy throw. John Kelly. Kelly battles his way for what looks like a first down.
He's the ultra ego of this football team right now. You know, Juwan Jennings might have been. He's one of my favorite players in this league. Devon Kirkland might have been. But right now is John Kelly.
This is the alpha dog, they say.
Totally.
And got it to the 49-yard line.
And Chauncey Gardner just found out why. By the way, that third down catch, Brad, I mean, to Josh Smith, how good is it for Tennessee to get him back in this lineup?
Right, exactly. Duke Dawson back in. Gary mentioned the losses in the secondary. Guys that went to the NFL. Tease Tabor, Quincy Wilson, Marcus May, they're all playing in the NFL. And so they got a lot of young pups back there, and they need Duke Dawson back there to kind of keep them in line. Gators defense. Duke's the guy that they say he brings all the young guys together on the sideline and talks to them. Tries not to yell at them on the field.
Yeah, of course, Nick Washington's returning too. Nowadays, you play 6 as many times as you play 4 defensive backs.
Darby, pressure coming off the corner. Kelly is wrapped up and dropped for a big loss. Nice play. Jabari Zuniga.
Well, I'll tell you, if you had one word you could say about this Gator defense is, the other side right here, 96, that's C.C. Jefferson. Zuniga's on that side, the left side. The 2 defensive ends are the guys that really get it going here. They're Gator-esque. The question is, can those defensive tackles start making plays?
They've had some great ones on the inside. They fake the draw and throw a streak on the side. Oh, what a catch. Callaway just took it away out there from C.J. Henderson.
When you've got a team that plays man-to-man in college football, or in the NFL for that matter, you must attack that coverage. Got young guys in, C.J. Henderson. Yes, I'm a young receiver, but you can't cover me. And Butch Jones in our conference call, Brad, the first thing he said was, we got to win 50-50 balls.
That's right.
And that was a 50-50 ball. You throw it up and say, my guy's better than your guy.
And Marquez Callaway has been brilliant the first 2 games of the season. Another great catch there. Florida showing blitz. They'll come with it. Great blitz pickup, but now Dorbity's running for his life anyway.
There you go.
Jeremiah Moon was the guy putting the heat on Dorbity.
This time when Tennessee runs this pass pattern, they're going for it all, but what they do is they keep their guys in. They keep in 8 people. 1 guy to throw, that makes 9. Look at this, only 2 receivers out for the pass, nobody to throw to.
You know, Phil Zami gets a good block on 50, but watch this, 50 doesn't, he just gets right back up and says, I'm going after you anyway.
Yeah, well, there was nobody to throw to, and I knew that was a home run ball. That time, Larry Scott, the coordinator for Tennessee, suspected a blitz, and he didn't get it.
And we got a timeout with 4:20 remaining first quarter from Gainesville. A 2nd and 10 for Tennessee when we come back. Wow, Adam, you know, the Nebraska fans are some of the best in the world, but they don't like those kind of things to happen in Lincoln.
Those named icon schools, they're really good jobs unless you don't win the national championship.
Yeah, really. Tennessee, this is their opening drive. It's taking them to the 34-yard line of the Gators. 2nd down at 10. Dorbity wants to throw a middle screen, I think, but nobody home.
I think it was going to be just a screen. I thought the receiver out there, Callaway, was picking on the play, and there was confusion on the play. Second down call. I don't know if the offense was on the same page. Watch the pick. It looks like a pick play to the outside, and you see the screen it was going to be, and I thought Dormady should have hit the screen. Lost his patience and went away from the first part of his read.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Dormady wants his man in motion. That's Josh Smith. Pocket starting to collapse. Throws late over the middle, and it's picked off by David Reese, the inside linebacker. You've told me for years, don't throw late over the middle.
Yeah, or behind. That doesn't work either. Or if your back foot. Also inside pressure for Taven Bryan, number 93. Which one is he? I think he's right. I'm going to do both of them. I was wondering, when are those defensive tackles going to make a play? That time Bryan, number 93, puts the pressure on, and a little bit of everything wrong right there. Back foot, late, and behind. That seems like the Bermuda Triangle of throwing the ball over the middle right there.
Ty Chandler stumbled a little bit too, and that didn't help their cause. So the turnover. The 3rd interception of the season by the Gators defense puts Felipe Franks back in the pocket. And he goes out at about the line of scrimmage. Justin Martin met him over there on the sideline.
This just didn't look like there was enough separation to throw the ball. Going for the home run ball. Watch the two receivers. They're almost together on the double post. One guy has to cut in. There's nobody to throw to when they're that close. And by the time the inside receiver cuts across the middle of the field, it's too late.
Mark Thompson, the tailback, will get the call, trying to pop it up the middle. Got a couple. There's been a lot of times when the Volunteer defense has met the Gator tailback at the line of scrimmage, but they've fought for a couple of yards.
Well, after, I watched, Tennessee fans watched that opening game when this Tennessee defense was humbled for 55 minutes, but then gutted it out with some clutch plays at the end, a turnover and then a stop on the 2-point formation, 2-point play. Watching them play so far in this game has to bring hope. Blitz again.
Franks, incomplete, nobody there. Ball might have been tipped, I think. Let's check in with Alec.
Guys, the team was really excited. They were celebrating the interception, and then Reese sat down next to Joseph, and Tim Skipper, the linebackers coach, said, "Hey, great job and all, but you two were on the wrong side of the field." Yeah. So way to correct it with the interception, but get it right next time.
I used to, one of those I used to always say, if you can't play the right defense, how am I going to read you? That's kind of hard.
The top punter in the country is Johnny Townsend.
Great note right there. Confused the quarterback by lining up wrong.
Did you see Townsend almost 55 yards a kick in that opener against Michigan? And this one's going to bounce out of bounds just inside the 20.
Yeah.
Now from the brains behind the Big Bang Theory comes the new comedy Young Sheldon. Series premiere Monday, September 25th after the Big Bang Theory, only CBS.
Well, Tennessee all fired up. Get that ball back after a 3 and out. Usually you throw one of those picks, they're going to try to go deep. Tennessee defense stopped them. When you get to able to throw an interception and get back on the field with nothing happening, that's good news.
Now you wonder with Dormady how he's going to react after his last pass was intercepted.
Ness, they got to give him help. In the last 2 years, and I know they lost one of them here on that 4th and 14 play. Will Greer hits Callaway on the miracle play, but they've run for the last 2 years for 254 and 180 yards. They've got to help this quarterback. Can they run the ball without the threat of Josh Dobbs and the running legs of Josh Dobbs?
Normally between these two teams, whoever runs it better wins it 9 times out of 10. Kelly running into David Reese.
And especially with the way Michigan humbled this Gator defense by running for more than 200 yards. That doesn't happen a lot to this Florida team. When people take it right at you without a running quarterback and run the ball.
Florida last year, number 2 in the country in pass defense, 5th in total defense, 6th in scoring defense. Second down, 6. Chandler, the motion man. They're going to give it back to him going the other way. And he has to do a lot of work to pick up about 3 yards. They love his speed. He actually had a kickoff return for a touchdown last week. We're under 2 minutes in the quarter and a big third down here for Tennessee.
Yeah. How much do they look like they're going to go wild? No, they're not going to go wildcat. How much do they believe in this offensive line and John Kelly, or do they have to throw it on 3rd and 1? Big telling play here.
Blitz off the corner. It is Kelly, and he might get there. Nope. I think he's going to be short.
Boy, I thought David Reese got in there like a bullet that time.
I think the linesman spotted him just shy of the first down.
I think he did too. Seemed like it took a long time. Watch Reese just backdoor this play. Just beats the block and gets it into the backfield. Wonderful play. You know, when you watch tape, you wonder, and as it always happens, you lose these great players. Jarrett Davis is gone, number 40. Hard to watch Florida without number 40 playing, but Reese made a spectacular play there.
Well, here's another great punter. Trevor Daniel to kick. Brandon Powell's back deep. Ooh, beauty. Powell's going to have a shot at it, though. From the 24, made a couple guys miss. Out to the 30, maybe the 31. Speaking of the 2 great punters that we have in this game, they happen to be our Scholar Athletes, presented by Quicken Loans. Confident on the field and in the classroom. Here's today's Scholar Athletes. See, great numbers for these guys and great in the classroom. Quicken Loans commitment to the investment of our future shown today by donating $1,000 to Tennessee and Florida's General Scholarship Fund.
A lot of good punters in this league. Usually it's one of the years that, Alabama's got a punter, Arkansas's got a punter. Usually you like to talk about quarterbacks, but
you'd prefer not to talk about your punter.
Exactly. You're right with me.
So Florida starts at the 31.
I don't like when you beat me to my story like that. Am I that obvious?
Well, we spent most of the week together.
Exactly.
You know? First down. Frank's under center. There's the quick throw out in the flat again to Cleveland. Uses his stiff arm to pick up about 5. Justin Martin ran him out of bounds. Antonio Callaway, of course, is the big play guy and one of the suspended players. And we don't know how long those suspensions will be. They were for alleged credit card fraud. And Jim McElwain was telling us yesterday, you know, guys, I've tried to cover it up, but it's really hurt the locker room not having those dudes around, obviously. And teammates feel the same way. Struggling for yardage is Malik Davis. And that's about going to do it for quarter number 1. And at the end of 1, Florida at home leading by that field goal. 3-0. Gators will return to Gainesville after this message and a word from your local station. Steve Spurrier, national championship coach here. National Football Foundation honored him in between quarters here as he'll be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, winning his coach at Florida and at South Carolina. Steve looking pretty relaxed here today with the shorts on. Of course, the rivalry between these two schools, he was a big part of it as a coach for Florida, and he always said that Tennessee, you couldn't spell citrus ball without T. So, as we start the second quarter.
Play. It's nice of Steve to come by in between nines.
Yeah.
To play, you know,
exactly. Good first quarter, you know, one mistake.
Yeah, I think so. Both quarterbacks, listen, for either team to be what they want to be, that means win the East. They're going to have to run the ball, and then the quarterback will help them. Neither team can just lay it all on this guy's shoulders. It's not that type. It's too young in their careers. They cannot give up on that running attack, and neither have.
They faked the run here. Frank's rolling to his left and throwing back. Oh, it would have been a great catch. It was into double coverage, but Dre Massey couldn't quite pull it in.
was one of those plays that I think Florida is trying to dial up. It's called get it to him plays. A play where they want to get it to a certain guy, but that's the danger. I mean, those sound really good, but when you tell a quarterback that we're going to call a play to get it to that guy, they often don't read it out. They kind of listen to the coach too much.
Michael Prerod in the backfield gets the carry here, and he got 2, and that's about it. Aaron Murray, former Georgia quarterback, is in the booth with us today as part of our CBS Sports family, and we were talking about that last night. Said they'd call a play and say, get it to that guy, and you go back, and that's all you're looking at, and then you go, now what do I do?
He does the Dan Marino, Terry Bradshaw offense. Just throw it to the guy I want to. I got a great arm, but some of these guys don't have that arm, basically.
Aaron up here just checking out how we do things. He's got many more games
How about this?
to come.
He played in the SEC East, obviously. First time he's been here since 2008 on a recruiting trip.
Always played Florida, of course, in Jacksonville in his playing career. Look out.
Watch out.
And Franks gets just thrown down by Colton Jumper.
Yep. Well, if you turn on the tape and you're the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, Bob Shoop, and you watch Michigan blitz, blitz, blitz and have a big effect, you got to blitz, right? You've got to challenge and find out if Florida can pitch up the blitz, because against Michigan, they didn't do it. Now, I was there Wednesday and Thursday to watch practice. They did 3 blitz periods. To be honest, I can't say they did them perfect.
It's not the way you put it when you told me. There's the kick by Townsend. Callaway runs up on it, and the fair catch taken around the 22. So just a couple of minutes into the second quarter. Tennessee defense doing their job. Offense has it when we come back. Aflac trivia question. Who are the 4 people who've been elected to the College Football Hall of Fame as a player and a coach? I guess we gave you one, Connor.
Well, let's be honest here, right? About Steve, you can't have a College Football Hall of Fame without Steve Spurrier, can you?
No, you can't. And so there won't be.
Right.
And there'll be a Florida Hall of Fame and a South Carolina Hall of Fame. He won't know what to do with all the plaques and rings. That trots Quentin Dormady. The Texan, a junior, first 2 possessions. A good one before the interception, and then a punt the last time out. Kelly. Oh, he had to really work for a yard. Zuniga and Kerry Clark in on the stop.
You know, the big story in the opening game was who was going to be the quarterback. It was not announced. Dormady got the call, played the whole game. A lot of talk about Jared Garantano. Big recruit, did not get in, his body language. I think the mistake that was made by Butch Jones when he said, you earn your playing time in practice. I think Jared said, hey, I practiced well enough to get some snaps. How come I didn't get any snaps? The most important thing for a coach with a quarterback in this situation is tell him the truth. Tell him how it's going to be handled in the game.
And 2nd and 9. Dormady get rid of it.
Yes, he did.
And he too high to Callaway. 3rd down and 9.
I think the hardest thing for a young quarterback, as Butch surveys his guy that's in there now, is in high school. You know, the last time that either one of these guys played was in high school. You have like 3.5 seconds, and you're the tallest guy, and you can see everything. To get that timing down in the next league, if you don't throw a lot, like if you don't go to Washington State or Texas A&M where you throw every play, it's tough to get that rhythm down.
4 wide receivers set here for Dormady in the gun. Pocket stays for him down the middle. Almost picked off, though, by Chauncey Gardner. Josh Smith was the intended receiver, and it's 3 and out.
Yeah, first time it handled the rush inside. A stunt here by Florida. It's handled well. And then Josh Smith right in the slot is going to come in. He cuts across. See how he gives away too much field, though? You've got to come across sharply or the safeties can make the play. You've got to make that a 90-degree cut. If you fade into the middle of the field, it's really difficult to get that ball in there.
Daniel, the punt.
Uh-oh.
And that one's going to bounce out of bounds around the mid 44-yard line.
The great punting game just kind of went down a notch.
It did. He's still one of our scholar athletes.
That's right. You don't lose that.
No. 11:57. Butch having a chat with his punter. Florida on offense in a minute. So Florida back on offense after the poor punt at the 44-yard line. So good starting field position.
Nothing extravagant about that blitz. Going to be hard for Monk Thompson to get back on the field after that one in a blitz situation.
Franks, quick throw out, and a nice move by Tony. And Tony is still moving. Might have even gotten face masked at the end of the play, but he's got a first down for the Gators.
All right. When's the last time you've seen a Gator wide receiver take one of those throws like that? Kadarius Toney, number 17, just takes a hitch route. This is a 2-yard play. You're going to give him that, okay? Now, athlete versus athlete, and Mosley just goes.
Holy Mosley.
Holy Mosley is right. 12 men in the huddle. So Florida does it again. They get down inside the 20 before.
And they stub their toe again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, geez, they had all the momentum again, too. Come on, I teed it up for you, man.
I thought you didn't believe in momentum.
I did. That's as sarcastic as that's as sarcastic as I could be.
You.
All right.
For a guy that doesn't believe in momentum, he did lay a softball out there for me.
Where's Vern when you need him on a good story?
There's Frank's numbers here the first half.
Sideline warning on Florida. Their first of the game.
On sideline warning, and Jim McElwain's pushing guys back, so I guess it's not him.
You know, we lived together for 3 days. Can't you tell when I'm being sarcastic?
I wish you could have made it home to Florida. That would have made it easier on me. We can get along 16 Saturdays together, but I don't know about this.
No, we were, wash the coffee cup out when I got yelled out about that. That was a little too much.
Kadarius Toney in the Wildcat. Got good gain on the play.
That was one of those get them to our playmakers, right? I mean, that was the one thing that Jim McElwain said after the game is, why didn't we not get the ball to the guys that we recruited so hard? We spent all this money getting them. We might as well get them the ball.
All the money traveling to recruit them, you mean?
Yeah. Should I clarify it in this league? Have I changed?
That was Gary that said that.
Have I changed really at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I was hoping you would.
Yes.
Second down at 10. Franks, quick throw, got it complete. Going to be close to a first down.
Yep.
And that's the tight end, Morrell Stevens.
Well, get the ball. And here's the one thing I thought against remember, that position for Tennessee has been injured. You lose 2 linebackers, Smith and Kirkland. You must attack the inside of the defense. They've had trouble there replacing it. They made tackles against the wishbone, but can they cover the H-backs and the tight ends? Good call.
They're going to bring the chains from the far side, I think, to have a look at this one. If it's not a first down, it is very close.
I don't want to say anything, but I think Aaron Murray just got a text that he's taking my job next week if I say one more thing like that. He's got a big smile on his face.
That is a first down by the tip of the football.
Second half, the truck just said.
We talked about the devastation of Hurricane Irma, and it affected everybody. Here's my kitchen table with my partner for 2 days, 3 days almost.
Yep.
We even switched houses a couple times. We went to the one that had a generator so we could at least sit in the kitchen, and the Odd Couple music in the background is perfect.
Well, it was quite a journey. I headed for Jacksonville. I couldn't get to Fort Myers to my family, and I told Brad, here I come, buddy.
Yep.
And Nancy Nestler did such a great job of making me feel welcome, and my poor wife, Christy, had a household of 13, I think.
We salute them both.
Yes. As so many in this area have had to team up like that, right?
Yeah.
That's been the story,
exactly.
Basically.
Yeah, my Nancy worked so hard she had to take off on vacation with her girlfriends to Myrtle Beach just to get over it.
The best story at my house is Christy had ordered extra batteries, and she had ordered prior to the storm, so she had a delivery the day of the storm. She was so excited, and she opened it up. It was an order of Mai Tais. I'm glad I wasn't there. That's all I'll say. She was not happy.
I believe that. Franks rolling right into the pressure. Down he goes. And the guy that was injured early in the game, Taylor, doesn't look like he's hurt now.
And Taylor had the big play to win that Georgia Tech game. And that's the type of athlete he is, was who would be Derek Barnett? Who could come off the edge? And watch him flow off the edge right there. 1, 2, 3 players assigned to him that time and barely got a chicken wing on him.
A loss of 15, and he had a career-high 12 tackles against Georgia Tech, including the game
winner. Yeah, and that's when you're Doug Nussmeier. He's up in the booth for this game. You throw your game plan up in the air. Like, I put 3 guys on that guy, and he gets a sack.
So now it's 3rd down and 23, just when they had things going their way. It started with a penalty, then the sack, and now the draw play. And Davis, he got a bunch of it back to the 24.
Good call, field goal call. You've got a young quarterback. You don't want him to make a mistake in this situation. Look at Doug Nussmeier. You want to get in position to put 3 points on the board. You make sure that you don't make a big mistake in this situation, long yardage.
That's going to give Eddie Pinedo the chance. He's 1 for 1 today from 27 earlier. Had 21 field goals and 25 attempts a year ago. For Eddie, this one's going to be from 41 yards out. Kick on the way, and it's perfect. So tack 3 more on for the Gators. It's a struggle to get points, but they'll take in any way they can get them. 6-0 Florida. And it was, who are the 4 people who have been elected to the College Football Hall of Fame as a player and a coach? I had 3 of these when we popped this up the other day. I didn't get the other one. Yeah, Bobby Dodd's one, I know that.
And only this guy's family is going to get the other one.
Amos Alonzo Stagg and Bowden Wyatt and his family know that.
That's right.
Check out the fan results.
The guy who etched it in there.
Exactly. And there was Steve in between 1st and 2nd quarters. National Football Foundation becomes official actually in December, but he gets his plaque today. And a plaque like that.
You do a great Steve Spurrier. You know that, don't you?
Well, Bradley. Yeah, we're going to throw around a little bit.
Yes. Got it.
Pinedo just hit the field goal. Man, what a wicked leg.
That is very valuable.
It is. That one goes all the way to the crowd.
Well, the story for Quentin Normandy as he comes back out here again is shaky again early. Just one pass downfield, kind of a jump ball. After that, the pressure has forced him to do things you don't want to do. Throw late and off the back foot, did not stay with the screen, and has been behind on a lot of throws. You know, in that Michigan game, Jim Harbaugh took Wilson Speed out of the football game, gave him a chance to go to the sideline and then put him back in. Maybe in a situation like this, will Butch Jones give him a rest for a series?
As you saw, 0 for his last 5, including that interception. Nobody rolls and throws, and he's got his man, so now he's got 1 for the last 6. Check in with Allie.
Guys, it wasn't just Dormady who Butch Jones was disappointed in. He went up to his wide receivers. He said, you can't keep having missed assignments. Every snap of every play matters. And when I talked to Ethan Wolf earlier this week, he said, our whole model is details, accountability, and toughness. And Butch Jones just does not think they're executing any of that.
2nd and 5 here. Fakes it to Kelly, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to lose about a half yard. Nice job by Jawan Taylor.
Well, Florida has continued to rotate inside. They're going to play 6 different defensive tackles. The 2nd and 3rd string guys are going to get about 30 snaps total, 15 and 15. They want to make this, their fresh starters are there at the end of the game. You can even see the secondary is being rotated by Randy Shannon, first-year defensive coordinator for Florida.
Haven't seen a pass thrown Ethan Wolf's way yet. 3rd down and 6. 1 3rd down conversion so far for the Volunteers.
Got man-to-man down here against your best player.
Throw complete in traffic. Nice throw and catch. Josh Palmer with a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, when Quentin Dormady has a chance to set that back foot, and he knows where it's going, watch him deliver this. That is a strike. Now, you're always going to go against that type of bunch look. You're going to have a crowd to throw in, and you have to throw a strike. You can't put it to the right or to the left of him because it'll get knocked down. You got to put it right on the number, and he did.
At the 40-yard line, Ty Chandler now in the backfield for Tennessee. And they'll give it to him for a 2-yard gain, almost 3. Kerry Clark on the tackle as we're closing in on 6 minutes remaining in the half.
As C.C. Jefferson had a chance to make a tackle for a loss there. C.C. has got about the best feet that you'll find in a defensive end. In fact, he will even play in the short yardage and goal line tight end position.
Had a sack and a couple tackles for loss in that Michigan game. Second and 8. Normandy wanted to throw a screen and does. And that's Chandler in some open space. First down, and a nice job putting his hand down, keeping his balance for about 4 more yards.
Boy, what a great series of calls here for new offensive coordinator Larry Scott. Okay, first of all, he brought the quarterback out on first down. Remember, he rolled him out and gave him a nice one. Then he gives him a screen pass, still keeping the offense open but managing his quarterback. There's Larry Scott. Came a year ago, and now he's in charge.
As an interim coach at Miami back in 2015. Kelly, wow, I don't know how he bounced off that tackle by Jawan Taylor, but he did and got extra yardage. Kelly plays bigger than he is, 5'9", 205, but he's pretty physical.
Yeah, and he keeps playing too. I mean, he's one of those guys. You know, I played with a guy like that in the NFL, Ernest Biner. In the first 3 quarters, he's a 4'7" guy, and everybody looked faster. In the fourth quarter, he was a 4'7" guy that looked faster than everybody else.
Too bad he's known for one play, right?
Well, not to me, he's not.
Yeah, I know, that's good. They fake it to Kelly.
Poor throw.
That might have been a lateral, actually.
Yep, poor throw.
Brandon Johnson did make the catch, but C.J. Henderson was right there to stop him. Oh, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. I have to get to the 33. Receivers switch sides here. Normandy looking to the sideline. They look a little confused right now.
Yeah, they do. And no Josh Smith in the game either. They're kind of go-to possession receiver.
Big 3rd down for the Volunteers. Normandy going to set Palmer in motion. In trouble. Got away from one. Threw as he was going down. Incomplete. Flags down.
Well, Jambari Zaninga that time, number 92, came around from the front side. And Normandy really had to do it. Was he offsides? That's the question. Oh, he's right here. I'm sorry, right there, defensive end.
92.
Yeah, he's lined up offsides.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
Yep.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Still 3rd down, but only a yard to go now. Less than a yard, probably.
See, he was what? His hand was it, and it made no difference. Lack of discipline again by this Florida football team. Self-inflicted on offense, and that one, it wouldn't have made any difference if he lines up 6 inches farther back.
And now it looks more like John Kelly than it does a pass play. 3rd down and the length of the football.
The last time they quarterback sneaked it from this time shotgun. Interesting.
They hand it to him. It's going to be deep in the backfield. They pitch it to him instead. Oh, wow, did he fight, though. Reese was the first guy there. He got help from his friends, O'Shawn Joseph and company, but I think he got it.
It's really close. We'll see how accurate the yellow line is. They called it a 1st down. You're right, Brett. I'll tell you, kind of an interesting call.
Yeah.
It seemed to me. Close enough last time that they ran a quarterback sneak and made it. This time they go pitch out of shotgun.
Empty backfield here. Normandy throws open space intended for Josh Smith, I guess. Ethan Wolf was in the vicinity.
Well, it was a little bit of a different trick play. Drew Richmond, number 51, lined up as a wide receiver. He was not eligible because he was being covered right there. It was a trick play, did not work, so he waves. It reminded me of the old Alabama play that Lane Kiffin called to win a game. Kind of a gimmick play that did not gimmick out, did it?
Nope. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Doherty pumps once. Now he's going to throw that way on the sideline. And that 50-50 ball goes Florida's way. Marco Wilson, the freshman, nice job defensively.
Ball to the outside, Marco Wilson. Tell you what, they look just like the guys that left, don't they? Those two young corners.
It's like Tyree Cleveland was saying in practice. Everybody said, you know, this Marco Wilson, even though he's a freshman, he is pretty good, isn't he? He goes, hey, he's Quincy's brother. Why wouldn't he be?
Exactly. Got the same mannerisms in practice, too. When he knocks one down, he comes it up and waves it off.
3rd and 10.
Don't think they need to blitz, and they don't.
And that one batted at the line of scrimmage and then almost intercepted. I think Luke Ingram maybe got a hand on it. 6'5", 263-pounder got a mitt in the way.
Well, one of the great things about being a defensive coordinator for Florida is your front four rush is so strong that you don't really need to blitz much. Could have maybe had a little bit of a hold in the secondary, but when you get a tip ball, you're not going to get it.
Aaron Medley will try a field goal of 51 yards. His career long is 47. No, I beg your pardon. It's Samaglia. Maybe he's their long-range ace. I guess so.
Good call.
51-yarder. So Tennessee finally on the board. It took them to nearly the 3-minute mark of the second quarter, but they do get 3 out of it. So Meglia says, got it. 6-3, Gators. So a 42-yard drive that took 12 plays in a little over 5 minutes, but Brent Samaglia knocked in a 51-yard field goal to put Tennessee on the board for the first time today. Some of their fans happy with that, made the trip from Rocky Top to the Swamp. So Aaron Medley, gave him all the credit for lining up for that field goal. He'll line up for the kickoff. Tyree Cleveland and Brandon Powell are back deep for the Gators. And this one might be returnable by Cleveland. A yard deep, he'll bring it out. Runs into traffic at the 15 and got only to the 17-yard line. Well, you can join all your favorite stars for the primetime Emmy Awards live. Stephen Colbert hosts the Emmys. That'll be fun. I saw him kick out the red carpet the other day. That's tomorrow after 60 minutes, only CBS. Quarterback comparison today, Garrett, pretty close.
Yeah, and not really good enough against either of these defenses. You know, yes, Tennessee struggled against Georgia Tech. A lot of people struggle against the triple option, especially in an opener.
Yep.
Right now in this football game, Florida's big problem is they can't pick up the blitz. And Bob Shoop knows it, okay? And the other side of the field is Quentin Darmody is a little bit behind in his drop back passes, so they have to throw something a little bit different.
This is a guy they can't afford to lose either. Brandon Powell is the Gator that's down. We'll check on him when we come back. Brandon Powell, in that massive humanity over there on the Florida bench, went out after being shaken up. He was the lead blocker here in front of Cleveland.
He was right there. He was going to try to make the block. And it looked like he just kind of stumbled and kind of tweaked his own knee or ankle.
He's a guy that's only 46 yards shy of 1,000 receiving yards, and another big play performer that Florida can ill afford when they've already got guys out due to suspension. Callaway, Scarlett, some of the other key players that are part of that group that was suspended.
Yeah, tough call here for Coach McElwain and Duck Nussmeier. You got Felipe Franks. You got 2 minutes to go in the half, and Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half. How much leeway do you give your quarterback in this situation? Hard to move the ball in this league if you don't take some chances throwing the ball in the middle of the field.
They're going to try to take a chance here. If he gets rid of it, it's going to be a screen pass to Thompson. And Thompson ran into traffic at the 21-yard line, brought down by Nigel Warrior.
Yeah, also read really well there by Colton Jumper. Colton Jumper had his first sack of his career early. I think he's right here, hidden by the goalpost. He reads the screen right away, gets outside of it, and gets just enough to turn it back in. And he doesn't get all of it, but he cleans it up for everybody else.
He had 18 tackles in that opener against Georgia Tech. I realize that the Yellow Jackets ran about 96 plays or whatever it was, but he was in on a lot of those stops.
Tennessee with a couple timeouts, and I'm sure, Butch, if he stops him here, we're going to get one very quickly.
They're down at 6 for Florida.
There's the blitz again.
Franks over the middle. Stopping on a dime and turning it into change is Tony again. That's his second big play.
Well, this time, when you blitz and you don't get there, then the athletes on the other team have a chance to do something. There's Tony right there. Watch it. Thompson's in the game this time. He's got to make a blitz pickup, and he does. And Felipe Franks does just enough of moving in the pocket. He bought himself. He felt it. He shuffled over and made the play.
And there's a good defensive play on the corner by Emmanuel Mosley. Pass intended for Tony. Don't forget, coming up, Adam and Rick and BJ with a Geico halftime report. They'll have scores and highlights of games earlier, including the upset in Lincoln. And apparently Texas A&M came from behind, and I don't know if that game's over or not, but they were in trouble too. 1:06 remaining.
Well, again, how much do you trust your quarterback? Because dinking and dunking and screening, it's tough to move it against these SEC defenses.
Brandon Powell's back out there, Gary, in the slot. On the left side, the throw is to the left to Tyree Cleveland. Got it to the 35. Might have given him a little more with forward progress out near the 37, I guess.
Good job by Emmanuel Mosley that time. You give him the 4 or 5 yard catch, and then you wrap up. Remember before, early, got beat pretty badly by, in that game, but this time he wrapped up.
They're apparently going to be comfortable with the 6-3 lead. They're not exactly hurrying things up here. We're under 40 seconds. Third down and 3. Franks, now he's going to go deep. Overshot everybody, intended for Josh Hammond. Rashawn Golden was in coverage back there.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Comfortable they were. They didn't even use a timeout on their second down play. They threw a deep ball and figured if something bad happens, it's going to happen way down the other end of the field.
So they're going to have to kick. Johnny Townsend will come out. Marquez Callaway is going to be the deep man. If he can make a clean
Only
catch.
10 men on the field. Here comes number 11.
If Callaway can make a clean catch, he's the kind of guy that can turn a punt return into a touchdown in a hurry. And they're just going to get everybody out of the way because it goes out of bounds. Both punters have had a couple that they'd like to have back. 26-yard line with 23 seconds remaining. Coming up tonight, CBS Sports Network. A couple of Pac-12 teams face tough road tests. Oregon looks to keep Wyoming and their star quarterback Josh Allen in check, followed by number 19 Stanford taking on undefeated San Diego State. Already have an upset to their credit. Only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Carter and Aaron and Jenny will have Oregon and Wyoming, and Ben Holden, Jay Feely, John Schriffen with Stanford and San Diego State. 2 good games tonight. We'll be watching when we're done. 23 seconds left for Dorbity, and I would think that Tennessee's not going to get too creative here in 25 seconds, 23 seconds. We'll see.
What kind of draw do they run? Oh, that kind.
That one right there. Kelly. Oh, and he broke out the backside.
Yes.
Kelly into the secondary of Florida, all the way down to the 38-yard line, and now that changes things with 13 seconds remaining.
Clock will stop on a first down, but with only 14 seconds to go, or 13 seconds to go, they're going to take a timeout. And right now, Butch Jones is saying, ugh, why didn't I burn one before?
Second charge timeout of the half, Tennessee.
Chauncey Gardner is down for Florida. He was part of that group that was chasing Kelly, who went on a 37-yard romp there.
I mean, that's just so John Kelly right there. Gets hit, keeps his legs going, and continues to run and make big plays.
Chauncey Gardner shaking up on that tackle on Kelly at the end of the 37-yard run.
And Butch Jones was arguing that there should be another second on the clock. He wants another second, and so far he's not going to get it.
So 13 seconds remaining. The Volunteers with a chance here to maybe tie it or take the lead before halftime. Screen pass, Kelly. Nice hit. Steps out of bounds. Good job by Marco Wilson to keep him to just a yard. And we're down to 7 seconds.
And a good job by Kelly to get out of bounds, because now they can throw the ball anywhere, use a timeout, and kick a field goal to tie up this game.
Well, we know that they've got the leg
Yes.
in their field goal kicker because he hit from 51 earlier.
So they need another 3-4 yards to get the same one.
You just don't want to take a sack here. You got to get rid of it in a hurry. Dormady throws the out and out of bounds. Nice job, Brandon Johnson. And now they can bring the kicker out.
Florida conceding the short throw. Tennessee taking it, and the big missed tackle. And if you talk to Randy Shannon yesterday, that's one of the things he was lamenting about. Missed tackles in the last 2 games against Tennessee.
This should be a chip shot for Brett Savaglia. Hit from 51 earlier. This one's from 47 yards out to try to tie it at halftime. Savaglia's kick, and this one's wide left. No good. Well, they had a shot there to draw even at the break, but not quite. Low scoring game. Hard hitting SEC East battle in Gainesville. And he was that far wide left at the end of the half. So that ends the half here in the Swamp. And the Gators lead it 6-3 at halftime. For Allie's halftime interview with Coach Jones, go to Twitter at SEC on CBS. But right now, Adam Zucker and the guys in New York. But whoever has more points at the end is going to have the lead in the SEC East. So here we go. Let's see if the second half has more fireworks.
I think the 2 defensive coordinators are the only one in their families that are smiling.
Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, I talked to both coaches at the half, and understandably, they're both concerned with the offense. Butch Jones said it just comes down to execution, doing the little things, and getting back to playing Tennessee football. I asked him if he considers a quarterback change. He said absolutely not. I said, what will you tell Dormady? And he said, just keep executing. I also talked to Coach Mack, and he said it's about executing also, doing the little things. I said, what happened offensively? And he said, hey, we did some good things now. I'm not totally discouraged.
Right. I think they got the little things down. They need some big things here in the second half.
Kelly and Jordan both in the backfield for Tennessee. They're going to flip it out to John Kelly, who had a couple big plays in the first half, and he stiff arms his way out to the 30-yard line, pick up a 5. First half game trends brought to you by Verizon.
Well, again, when you, I think in big-time competition, when you're trying to protect your quarterback, you're not allowing him to throw those ones over the middle, and they missed a couple early, and all of a sudden they pull back the reins. And again, the biggest part of this is they look across the field and say, I don't think they're going to move it against us. So they're going to keep it tight.
Handoff, Kelly. And he's got C.C. Jefferson draped all over him. Short gain. It'll bring up 3rd down. At some point, though, you got to turn these guys loose, right? I mean, if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. Well, you're not going to win the SEC playing like that.
Here's the problem for Florida. If they win, 9-6, their fans are going to be just as upset. They've been watching this since 2010. It's gone. Their offense has gone from the fun and gun to the 3 and done.
Here's a 3 for Tennessee and 3. Dormady. There's Wolf, the tight end, but he's all wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Nice job defensively by Voshon Joseph, the outside linebacker.
And looks like until someone makes a big mistake, neither squad's going to open it up. Even when they try to go deep, and they don't again, they try a pick play, but there's no pick on the play at all. They can't get it open. Even when they try to throw the ball deep, they're sending 2 receivers out and keeping 8 blockers in. That won't work.
So Trevor Daniel will punt again. And Brandon Powell, who was shaken up a little bit in the first half, is back as the punt return man inside the 20 for Florida. A lot of shifting going on here with the punt team. Well, they put a little pressure on him. Powell takes it at the 14. First man missed, but he came back to get him. Way to stick with it on the special teams down there. Micah Abernathy made the tackle. So it'll be Florida on offense for the first time here in the third quarter when we come back. 6-3 Florida. CBS Sports proud to partner with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital during Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we wear our ties and our pins, and in Allie's case a nice necklace in support of St. Jude. Quarterback comparison so far. We showed you this a little bit earlier in the first half. Now here's how it looks at this point.
Going back to your point in the first half, Brad, I couldn't agree with you more. When you lose two important players like Antonio Callaway and Jordan Scarlett, as a coach, if you're Jim McElwain, you don't want to let your team see your true feelings of how important these two guys are. You're like, the one thing I can't let these guys know is that it hurts to lose these two guys. It's a long season. You just have to go on without them.
Got to be next man up, and that's what they're doing today. And here's one of those guys on the run. P-Ryan dropped the ball.
Yep.
Who's got it? Tennessee does. Darrell Taylor's made a couple big plays today. A sack. And now he was close on that fumble recovery. I think he's the guy that got it.
Yeah, it could have been Nigel Warrior tore the ball loose from one side. It could be Mosley. I think it was Warrior that actually gets it. Number 18, Nigel Warrior, kind of pulls his hand off the ball. Look at this. Yes, the ball in the hand at the same time. What a play. And remember, the big turnover at the end of the Georgia Tech game that Rashard Galton pulled that ball loose, so they don't win that game either.
Right.
They're going to dunk that ball in the trash can? I wanted to see that.
So P. Ryan had a nice gain and then lost it. Here's another look.
Yeah, Warrior gets it out.
Abernathy had a hand on it too, I think.
Yep, Mika Abernathy did the same thing, and big turnover in positive territory, and now can they open up the offense? Yeah, it was Warrior as he goes down, and a big positive play. And remember, for Florida, they had the big touchdown against Michigan called back for a holding. Again, every time they seem to do something well,
right,
they shoot themselves in the foot.
And that's the other thing that Jim McElwain said to us yesterday. He says it's how our guys handle when something doesn't go well. Well, that was going well until the fumble.
Well, and for Tennessee football, and I've been watching, this is my 12th year watching this. Okay, we had the one team that got there with Eric Ainge into the championship. Since then, they've always been like a half a step from making the big play to finish off a game. They finished off that game against Georgia Tech. Could this be again what they do? They had that, the comeback victory last year when they did it and beat them to win the game. And the Hail Mary against Georgia, could it be starting something good for Tennessee football?
Problem is Josh Dobbs is playing for the Steelers.
Yeah, well, and Juwan Jennings isn't playing. But that guy is.
John Kelly. Pickup of 12 and a first down.
I will say this, going into this game, I think this is the best Tennessee offensive line I've seen in a while. They're veteran, they're physical. Now, there's a whole new feeling about what it means to be a dominating offensive line in college football nowadays. I mean, if you can push them around and turn your bottom and find a crease, that's dominating.
60 yards rushing now, 10 totes for Kelly. Here's number 11, trying to dance outside, and he got the edge. Kelly's got another first down, another 12-yard gain.
Yeah, this is a pro run right here. This is how you do it in the big leagues. You press the line of scrimmage, and you just make those linebackers suck in, and then you bounce it out wide. And then you turn the corner and make a big positive play. That's professional running right there.
Well, we told you he was their alpha dog coming into the game, and he's been the offense so far.
And he's going to get stronger and stronger.
Phil's Amiz in the backfield right now. He had 2 touchdowns in the win last week. Gets a yard or 2 gain on this carry. You were talking about their offensive line, and the guy they rave about, believe it or not, is the true freshman right guard. They say he's like the leader of the pack. 6'6", 320-pounder Trey Smith out of Humboldt, Tennessee. There he is.
And you know what's really good now? He's being able to line up next to Brett Kendrick, number 63, the veteran and the rookie together. That really helps. They roomed together, and now they're lining up together. That really helps.
Fills a knee, puts his head down, bangs his way for maybe 4. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ellie told you about 14 different Tennessee football players from the state of Georgia. Phil Zamia is one of them. Tyler Bird, we haven't seen much in this game, both from Naples High School.
Big 3rd down right now for Tennessee, trying to take advantage of the turnover. Kelly's back in there.
Last time on 2nd down, Randy Shannon blitzed. Will he do it again? They're backing up.
And last time on 3rd down, Tennessee threw to their tight end. Normandy scans the field, out in the flat, got it complete. 1st down by a foot to Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, great read by Dormady that time. He was going to try to go down the middle. The middle was covered. He came to his 2nd receiver. One guy down the middle, 2nd receiver out there. Take your time, nice pocket, step up and make the throw.
But Tennessee in the red zone after this pickup down just inside the 15-yard line. You're looking for Marquez Callaway's in the slot on the left. He's been their big play guy so far this year. This is going to be Kelly for a couple. Horizon brings us Tennessee's red zone offense so far this year. 9 trips, 8 touchdowns. They'll take that percentage anytime, but they'd really like one right here to take the lead for the first time.
And I think when Butch Jones said he was going to stick with Quentin Dormady, one of the reasons was we showed how he started shakily in both games. But in the Georgia Tech game, he came back to hit 9 straight passes. When you do that, you got a lot of money in the bank with the coach.
We showed you that stat where he was 0 for 5 with an interception. Since then, he's been sharp. 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz. Everybody coming out in the flat. Kelly got a couple guys to beat. He beat one. Jordan Sherritt brought him down shy of the 1st down, and we got a flag. And Florida is pointing in Tennessee's direction.
Number 75 offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Isn't there a rule that if neither team has trouble scoring, that they kind of let you hold or something like that?
Not in this case, I guess.
Or shift or motion or line up off sides. I mean, come on, what do you want? They can't score. Hey. Caught the perfect play. Quarterback read it out. Caught the hot receiver. Laid it out to him. Big play. Just like Florida did when they were going the same direction and make a mistake. I didn't see the hold there. It didn't look like much.
Unless it was called on the wrong play.
Right, I didn't see it at all. I have to be honest.
2nd down and 19 at any rate. Dormady throwing for Callaway, incomplete. Nice job by Marco Wilson. I tell you what, the freshman staying right with number 1 out there.
All right, we got word from the truck that they found it. Let's see if we can find it, okay? We're looking over here. Let's see what we got. Inside, oh, it was on the freshman. Absolutely. Inside, Trey Smith stuck out that right arm and hooked him. No doubt about it.
I bragged him up 3 plays ago.
Yep, no doubt about it. Sorry, Trey.
Well, the biggest 3rd down of the game for Tennessee and for the Florida defense. Dormady throws across the middle to Callaway. Callaway, can he get to the 1st down marker? He does. Did he get to the end zone? Not quite. Just shy of scoring. And there's the first big play for Marquez Callaway, 22 yards.
What a great read by Quentin Dormady. It was the exact same play. They're putting a screen with a slant together. This time, falling backwards off his back foot, he makes the throw. You know, one time you go off your back foot and you look bad, but when you do it well, you're even better than Aaron Murray. You're in Aaron Rodgers territory on that one.
They got 22 yards on a 3rd and 19, and now they got 1st and goal with Kelly in the backfield. Blitz coming. Fade to the corner to Callaway, and it almost intercepted. Whoa. By Duke Dawson.
Boy, was that played well by the 3. Well, It's not going to be a huge penalty for Florida, except it's going to be 1st and goal. Chauncey Gardner and Duke Dawson switched and played it perfectly, and Quentin Darmody got hit on the play.
Incomplete pass after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, number 23 defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal line with an automatic 1st down.
All right, watch the switch right here. Beautiful job, 2-on-2. They're going to get a cross, and as it's thrown, they go over it, and they both go to the outside guy. Wonderful job, but then it just keeps getting a little bit more clapping in his face and taunting in his face. They're going to get 1st and goal. Dormandy got hit on the knee. Garantano's in the game.
Garantano in the gun. 1st and goal inside the 1. Oh, bad snap. Something happened there. Flags all over. And in comes Dormandy.
False start. 6-6 offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Jack Jones, the left guard.
We talked about the hit on Quentin Dormandy that time. As he let the ball go, just rolled into the ankle of Valshawn Joseph, number 11. Sean Joseph just rolled up the ankle that time. You almost wonder if Tennessee, in second guessing it, if they don't score here, might have used the timeout and give them a chance to get back in the football game.
He's there now trying to get his troops lined up.
I'm not second guessing it. If he got his quarterback a backup, he's got to do it. But if they don't score, Butch will second guess it.
They throw to the end zone again, and it's dropped. Should have been caught. Josh Palmer had both hands on it.
Yep, perfect back shoulder throw. Not doing any better than this.
Well, he had to kind of turn and twist to make the catch, but it was catchable.
Yeah, that's Duke Dawson again out there on that island.
3 wideouts on 2nd and goal.
C.J. Henderson has now come into the game. They brought their nickel package in. Dawson goes to the slot. Henderson goes wide and takes the receiver.
And Callaway is set off the line of scrimmage by about 4 yards on the left side.
He's going to go in motion. Here he comes.
Here he comes. Big rush off the edge. Throw in the flat, complete, but a great open field tackle by Duke Dawson.
Yeah, you know, again, when you're trying to get points so valuable, the question again is, on 1st down, should you have maybe allowed your quarterback to get it? Ja'Kai Polite that time, number 99, subbing in, comes in and makes the play.
Actually back at the 6 now. 3rd and goal. All 3 wideouts to the top of your screen, including Callaway, the top man. Dormandy throws on the slant, and it's intercepted by Duke Dawson.
How about that series from Duke Dawson? Listen, when you're running a slant, you must get across his face. The quarterback is believing when he throws the ball that you're going to cross. You cannot go behind. You can't stop. You're asking for an interception, and Duke Dawson stays with it. 4 plays by this Gator defense inside the 5-yard line.
Duke's 2nd pick of the year. Florida's got it back. Back in Gainesville, Florida. The good news is they've got the ball back. The bad news is their quarterback's going to be in the end zone while he takes this snap.
Yeah, but the good news is it's still 6'3".
Could have been a lot worse.
Yes.
And once the center judge gets out of there, Felipe Franks is going to be under center as they start at the 1-yard line where Duke Dawson made the interception. And they got a couple more, a little more breathing room. LaMichael Pirine. Let's go back to the defensive sequence for the Gators.
Well, remember the 1st down, and then there was a penalty, so it started 1st and goal. Duke Dawson on the left side catches a break here. Drop ball, but after that he takes advantage of it. Outside pass, makes the tackle. Then the slant pass, gets a tough catch, bad route, gets the interception, and where was John Kelly? 4 plays from inside the 5, and John Kelly does not touch the ball.
you're a Tennessee fan, Duke's a hazard.
Yes.
That last series.
Well, I mean, come on. We've just been talking about the guy that's touched the ball more than anybody for Tennessee. He got you down there, and then your alpha dog does not touch the ball at all.
He's carried it 12 times for 73 yards. He caught 4 passes for 15 more. He came in as the only guy in the SEC leading his team in rushing and receiving through 2 weeks.
Again, it's easy in arrears, but boy, putting your backup quarterback in there, not going under center, having to use a silent count from the half-yard line instead of running a quarterback sneak or something. You wonder.
Franks from his own end zone, high and broke it up. And that was Rashawn Golden, Brandon Powell, the intended receiver.
Boy, at that time, Felipe Franks looked a little nervous to me on this throw. And I'm wondering again, now they used a quick hook for Felipe Franks in the first game and went to Malik Zaire. Now this game, watching practice, Luke Del Rio is the backup quarterback. A veteran guy, played a lot of football. Might it be a time again, sit down Franks for a series, let Luke go out there, settle things down, and then decide what to do.
Johnny Townsend deep in his own end zone to punt. Marquez Callaway camps under it at the 35. Callaway a quick 10, 15 and more. Marquez Callaway all the way back to the 36-yard line of Florida. He's a dangerous dude.
And defensive tackle Taven Bryan, number 93, is the guy that saved maybe a touchdown on that play.
So Marquez, a big play on the special teams, and he's put his offense in a great spot at the 36-yard line of Florida. We urge you please to help those affected by disasters. Visit redcross.org for more information. Let's go to Allie.
Florida's Josh Hammond said it best when he said, as a team, we had to learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that was the hardest part, is how do you focus on these extra practices and game plan when you're worried about your families. The players all approached it differently, with some having their families come up to Florida and Gainesville and stay with them, but other players like defensive lineman R.J. Raymond, he drove to St. Augustine to be with his father and his uncle. He helped them board up their homes and ride out the storm together, so they all dealt with it in different ways, but they learned a lot about each other is the bottom line.
Some amazing stories have come out of these last 2 hurricanes, that's for sure. It's a draw play, inside handoff, Ty Chandler, and Chandler spelling Kelly gets it to the 31-yard line.
Well, it's not like this Florida defense is going through anything much different than what they've gone through, right?
Yeah. They got a nice stop, but then it was a 3 and out.
I know, but for a couple of years here, they've been like, hey, it's up to us, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they scored the only 2 touchdowns against Michigan on interception returns, one by Duke Dawson. So Duke scored 1 in that and prevented 1 on the last series. And a nice stiff arm by Chandler. I don't know if he got the first down, but he's very close. Yeah, he got it.
Well, he looks like he's got some get up, doesn't he? And I think this is very smart, getting to the 4th quarter, keeping Kelly fresh so he can be a factor, and Chandler's a dependable quick back. Very smart use of the 1-2 punch for Tennessee.
Came in as the SEC Freshman of the Week after that kickoff return for a touchdown I mentioned earlier. Dorbity pumps once, now goes deep middle, into traffic and broken up. It was intended for Josh Smith. Chauncey Gardner was there, so was Nick Washington.
They tried to go hitch and go against Marco Wilson, and he did a great job. Was not able to throw the ball to the outside left where he wanted to, coming back with it, and would have been a tremendous cross.
Boy, he put it in there pretty well, didn't he?
Yep, that's where you got to throw it. Your guy or no guy.
John Kelly back in. 2nd and 10. Under 5 to play 3rd quarter. Dorbity over the middle, got it to his tight end, and leaning forward is Ethan Wolf. That'll be a yard or so shy of the first down.
Well, a year ago, Ethan Wolf and, of course, Juwan Jennings really hurt the Florida team in the middle of the field in the second half. Line them up, bunch them, crisscross them, stand in there and make the throw. Good job. For this offensive line for Tennessee, you got to give them a lot of credit. No sacks in this game by Florida. They had 5 against Michigan.
They load up that line right now with 3 tight ends. 3rd down and 2. Now they move one of those tight ends to the left side. That's where they fake the run. Pass is coming, maybe. Flags are down. Doherty just throws it away. Might have a holding call. We'll wait and see.
Oh, yeah. Big time. It's going to be against Tennessee. It's going to be against Jordan Sherritt, number 17.
Here's a call.
Jordan Sherritt, number 17.
Holding. Number 81 offense. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And coming across, Austin Pope holds Sherritt, number 17, and gets the call. Tough position for Pope to do it. He has to cross the formation. He's over here, and he has to get Sherritt on the other side.
Should have left him where he was before the motion.
Yeah, well, again, a curious call. 3rd and a yard. No John Kelly in the game, your toughest runner, and they go play action pass.
So now it's 3rd and 12. Kelly back in there with Doherty, who's trying to be heard over the Florida crowd. Pressure coming, and it got to him. Zuniga's there for 1.
Yep. Well, we talked about it. Not a sack in the game, but it just a little bit too long that time. Good coverage downfield. No blitz. No one really to throw the ball to that's wide open. But by the time he has someone to do it, the pocket just collapses. Kyrie Campbell, number 55, is the guy that Zuniga, as Brad called, half a sack, half a sack.
Samaglia hit one from 51 earlier. Same distance here. Missed from 47 on the final play of the 2nd quarter. Let's see if he can hit 2 51-yarders in the same game. Kick on the way and no good. Wide right this time.
How about that Florida defense? Back to back, plus territories.
He got the first one, then was wide left, and now just a little bit too far to the right. Still 6-3 Gators. I don't know, the mission of Jim McElwain right now is to try to hold on to this lead or add to it, I guess.
Brad, remember early I questioned whether Jim made the right call and taking a 3rd and medium. But how about this call? Instead of making it 4th and a yard and a 34-yard field goal, he backs it up, gets a sack on the play, makes it a 51-yard field goal, which is missed. He rolled the dice and it worked.
Yep. Here's a quick throw out to Tony. Tony spins away from a couple fouls. He's got a 1st down, I think.
Well, he may be an emerging star right here. Number 73, Martez Ivy, came out and got a good block on the play, but it's a quick screen. Ivy's out there, set up well that time to get inside the play and run it well. Kadarius Toney is showing that he has the ability to make people miss.
3 catches, 38 yards. That last one was nifty for the freshman out of 8 Mile, Alabama. 1st down at the 44 for the Gators. Blitz off the edge coming from Tennessee. Frank's got around it. Now he's going to keep it. And he has to dive to get to the 1st down, to the line of scrimmage, I should say. Nigel Warrior ran him out of bounds.
Well, you know, the Gator fans have been frustrated. And you can't help but be, I think, if you're a Gator fan. I mean, the Gators are still looking for their first offensive touchdown in this season. And in the last 7.5 games, they have 7 offensive touchdowns. They have not been able to produce touchdowns.
Haven't had one since last year's bowl game, right?
Yes, that's just one of them, but it's been so frustrating to watch if you're a big Gator fan.
Here's a toss sweep to Mark Thompson. Thompson backpedals his way for about 3 as we check in with Allie.
The Tennessee defense has been dealing with some injuries. McDowell's has a left wrist injury. He came out of the tent probably 10-15 minutes ago and hasn't gotten up from his seat since. Also, Golden dealing with some cramping and some discomfort. We saw him grimacing on the sidelines. They also had to stretch out Henderson. Now, this was a concern, especially with the heat coming into the game. Butch Jones told us, hey, we practiced all week in 65-degree weather, so this heat is a shock for us. But their nutritionist has been filling them up with sodium, pickles, electrolyte formulas on the sideline to do everything they can to keep them on the field.
The old pickle routine.
Yeah.
Great point, Allie, because it's hot out. And let's face it, it's early in the season, and then these September games in Gainesville can get a little sticky on everybody. Franks slant over the middle. It's Kadarius Toney again.
Defensive coordinator Bob Shoop for Tennessee has been blitzing a lot on third down and has been giving Florida trouble. Florida decides to run a pick play, and Shoop, right over here, calls it right that time. He goes zone, he makes it happen underneath, and it's 3 and done again.
Well, last time Callaway got his hands on a punt, he took it all the way back to the 36-yard line of Florida. Let's see if Townsend will try to keep it out of his hands this time. End over end kick, fair catch, and nice job to punt it down and making fair catch at about the 7-yard line. Tennessee has had some blown opportunities. I mean, when you take a look at how this game has gone, this was a 47-yard field goal that would have tied it at halftime, and that was wide left. Then they get down there knocking on the door, and Duke Dawson keeps them from scoring a touchdown with an interception at the 1, and then Samaglia, same spot he hit one from in the first half, 51. This one's wide right. So they've left some out there. And now they're going to have to start inside their own 10.
I think this is exactly where the Florida defense now has to concentrate.
Yeah, they did that time. And a loss on the play to Kelly.
It's so easy to focus in when you're backed up on a goal line stand, and it's so easy to take a deep breath and go, okay, we're okay here. Now, when you think you got a team down, you got to be careful that you don't lose focus on defense and give up a cheap one.
Really nice play that time by Jordan Sherritt. He's been around a while. I talked to him yesterday. You were teasing him about being clean shaven. He said, yeah, they thought I was an old guy around here, that I wasn't a student anymore, so he had to shave. He just shaved a couple yards off that Tennessee rush that ended the third quarter. We played 3. Got a pitcher's duel going. 6-3 at the end of 3. We'll return to Gainesville right after this message and a word from your local station. Set to start the fourth quarter. 6-3. So far, there's the scoring for Florida. Eddie Pinedo. 27 and 41. That's the 6 points we've got so far. Tennessee second down and 11 on the opening play, and it's going to be third down and 11 after the opening play. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson as we start the fourth quarter. This looks like an old Bears-Lions game right now.
When I was playing, that's not fair.
No.
Yeah, bad news is for these two fan bases, not a lot of offense. The good news is, last time I get a game like this, 6-3, both teams made the BCS championship game.
Aha, there's one we're going to hang our hats on. That's good. I like that.
I don't know, I'm just saying, 9-6 might get you.
Third down and 11. Normandy hit as he throws high and intercepted. Down the sideline, touchdown, Florida. C.J. Henderson, third pick 6 of the year for the Gator defense. Remember when you said earlier, if somebody's going to win it, maybe Florida's defense says we might have to take care of business?
Well, they've been doing that. Pressure inside by number 56, Slayton. That causes the ball to go high off the hands of Callaway into the hands of C.J. Henderson, and that's how fast it can happen. Ball is slightly high. Go for it, tip it, and walk in.
Extra point is up and good. We've battled with you all day, folks, through 3 quarters. We finally got you a touchdown. Third interception return of the season for a score as C.J. Henderson gets in the act. That's his second this year. 13-3.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Biggest play of the Geico game recap just happened, but Normandy threw an interception when they were trying to score that Duke Dawson picked off at the 1. And then Felipe Franks getting it to his freshman. Is 13 of 21, but then sacked a couple of times. Pinedo hit both of his field goals, 27 and 41. Samaglia missed from 47, and that one from 51 that would have tied the game and maybe given him the lead. And then Dorbity, a moment ago, getting hit as he threw, tipped off Callaway's hands, and for the second time this year, C.J. Henderson with an interception for a touchdown. How do you like those numbers if you're C.J. Henderson? Every time I get my hands on it, I'm going to score. So the Gators still don't have an offensive touchdown, but they've got 3 from their secondary so far this year.
Yep, she knows football, but she ain't happy. Well, the story for Tennessee in the third quarter, 21 plays, 17 of them in plus territory against Florida.
Wow.
No points. That catches up with you.
Pinedo set to kick. Ty Chandler, who I mentioned, scored last year on a kickoff return. He's not going to get a chance at this one.
You know, one more look at this. This is what I notice. Generational differences here, okay, on this touchdown. C.J. Henderson's going in for the touchdown, okay? Comes in low. Now look at the 2 policemen. Now there. That generation, they're all fired up, okay? So now you get into the end zone. Watch the new generation. I'm just going for twin. I don't care.
Oh, only you would notice that.
The heck with the chair. I'm going for likes or whatever it is.
Well, fans haven't liked Dorbity the last couple of interceptions. He's got to put it together now because they trail by 10. Straight ahead run, and a good one by Colin Filzami. C.C. Jefferson brought him down. A minute into the fourth quarter. Florida trying to reestablish another winning streak against Tennessee after winning 11 straight before Tennessee got them last year with a big second half comeback. Now they're going to need a fourth quarter comeback this time. And it's a keeper by Dorbity. Did a nice job with a ball fake and got out to the 40 to first down.
You know, but if you're Florida, you're going to live with that.
Yeah.
That is not Josh Dobbs carrying that ball. Okay, I'm tackling the fake every time. If they fake it to him, whatever. Okay, let Dorbity run with it. He's not going to run it all the way down the field.
Yeah, that's Josh Dobbs. He's maybe still running.
Yep.
First down, just outside the 40-yard line. Kelly in the backfield with Tim Jordan. Dorbity got away from the rush, got it in the hands of Kelly. He got a block. He got the edge. He's got a stiff arm, and he's still running. John Kelly all the way inside the 35 to the 32. Great play.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to Tyler Bird. Okay, he's in the slot here, and he fights and makes the block to spring it. Remember, these guys all come to these schools to catch the football. And in this time, he has not got the ball all game, and he comes in, takes on the linebacker, and springs Kelly on the play. What a job by Tyler Bird.
5th catch of the day for John Kelly for 44 yards, a big one of 29 there. And the man down, I think, is Nick Washington. It is.
Yeah, geez, they're experienced safety. Marcel Harris is out. Nick Washington is the other experienced safety, and when you see the guys looking over to the sideline, I think he's
hit the turf hard, holding his hand maybe. I don't know. We'll check out him when we come back. We got 13 minutes to figure that out.
And look at how the fourth quarter has paid off for Florida. They've rotated 10 defensive linemen, and now all of their starters are in here in the fourth quarter on this drive.
Chandler off the right side. Got about 4. Christian Garcia was in on the tackle. Well, they're going to need another one.
Well, now remember, one of the things, it was a bit humbling, that Georgia Tech game for Tennessee fans and the football team. But they did come back late. So for right now, for Tennessee, they're looking up there and going, hey, we've done this before, guys. There is plenty of time here.
And, of course, they did it against Georgia last year on the last play of the game. 2nd and 7. Putting both hands around the football. There's Chandler again. David Reese. And on the stop, Reese, who had an interception earlier in the game.
And Nick Washington is back in the game.
One of the 3 interceptions that has been thrown today by Quentin Dorbity.
So interesting to watch these modern defenses. Since they don't flop the corners or the safeties anymore, they just kind of yawn when these people do the no huddle. Unless they go really fast and they're really good at it, the defenses don't even lay this. It's just boring to them. Hurry up and snap the ball.
Gives them a little breather, too.
Yeah.
3rd and 5. They fake it. Dorbity's going to try to take it wide himself, and he's not going to get anywhere near it. Ja'Kai Polite over there to help on the stop, and it's 4th down.
It's funny when we asked Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator, and Jordan Sherritt, his fellow defensive end, who's they most impressed with on the defensive line, they both said Ja'Kai Polite, number 99, that he is just becoming a beast out there.
Forces a field goal of 44 yards from Aaron Medley. Medley's kick on the way, and it too is wide right.
That's 3 of them. It's almost as if, I was going to, on 3rd down, question that 3rd down call, but then I'm looking over there and going, they got to get a field goal anyway, and you get Medley in the game, make it 13-6, but to miss it, it looks bad, right?
It sure does.
Yep.
Here's another look. Remember the other kicker, Cimaglia, missed from 47 and 51, and now Medley's turn. Just wide of the mark, and it stays a 10-point lead for the Gators. Man, it's tough sledding for the big-name team sometimes, isn't it? The way things are going so far through 2 weeks.
Brad, Doug Nussmeier's in the same spot he was a year ago against Tennessee. He could not make a 1st down.
Got one here. Malik Davis might take it. Tennessee giving chase. He'll score, and the ball comes out. Wait a minute.
Called a touchdown on the field.
"74 yards.
And it's not going to be one, I don't think. I think it's knocked out before he crosses the line.
I thought so too, but we'll take several looks at it, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Justin Martin getting his hand on it. Justin Martin, number 8, lays out, and that ball's loose.
The ruling on the field is that the runner was able to break the goal line playing with the ball prior to losing possession. This play is now under video review.
You bet it is, because it's a huge one. If it stands, it's a 74-yard touchdown run.
This is not a touchdown.
This is a view from right at the goal line on the near side.
Officials in perfect position. Look at him. Perfect position. He's right
Ball's
there.
out right there, isn't it?
Ball's out. It's shaded from him that when he calls touchdown. The other official on the opposite side could have helped, but he's not on the line. The ball is out before he crosses. The near official signals touchdown, the back judge, and they look at each other and agree.
This might give us our best view.
Yeah, that ball's out.
I think so too.
I think it's out. Now again, we're not right on the line here, but I think the ball's moving before he gets there.
Boy, that is a bang play.
Again, we do not have it right down the line, but I think it's close enough to say that that is not a touchdown. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Tennessee ball out of the back of the end zone.
We'll go from touchdown to touchback, if indeed that's the case.
Before that run, Florida had run the ball for 65 yards in the game. They'd only run 8 plays in the second half. I think there's enough evidence. I think there's enough evidence.
So the play under review, the call on the field again, the back judge signaling touchdown. Here's
After video review, the runner does lose possession of the ball into the field of play. It is not a touchdown. The loose ball rolls through the end zone and out over the end line, and therefore it is a touchback. 1st and 10, Tennessee.
There you go. What a huge break, but great hustle by the defense of Tennessee to force this ball out. Gary, those 4 guys never quit on that play.
That's for sure. And Al Ford, who was with us a week ago and didn't have much to do, the replay official this time got it right.
Justin Martin with a maybe game-saving play. Huge difference, obviously. Tennessee first down at the 20. Kelly to the edge, the stiff arm to the first down marker, and then more. Another nice run by John Kelly.
Well, when we met with Randy Shannon, he gave us a shocking stat that was really hard to believe. He said in the last 2 games against Tennessee, we had missed 78 tackles. And that's what he's talking about. Plays just like that when they're running through. He said the number 1 thing we have to do in this football game is not go for the knockout tackle, go for the wrap-up tackle.
Remember what I said about how Florida handles things when they don't go well that Jim McElwain was talking about? Well, a 74-yard touchdown becomes a Tennessee first down now at the 38-yard line. That's a huge difference. Dorbity in trouble. Got to get rid of this ball. And does.
And what's adding up now, Brad, as Dormady gets rid of it off the edge, takes as long as the kid is, because it was a 1-play drive, this defense for Florida is back out on the field again.
Exactly.
This happened to them, many times in games that we've watched the last couple of years. Florida's offense actually tires out Florida's defense.
Second down and 10 at the 10-minute mark.
And boy, they got the backups in everywhere. Christian Garcia, number 43, is in the football game. They are playing fresh guys.
Here's Ty Chandler to the edge. Goes flying out of bounds in front of the Florida bench. Right at the 45-yard line. Take you back to what we talked about at the top of the show. The big 3 for Tennessee, the new big 3. Dorbity, 3 interceptions. That's not good. Kelly approaching a 100-yard game, which would be his 4th career, and he's been the offense today. Callaway has made a couple big plays, but he had one slip through his hands that ended up being a pick 6.
Yeah, but if you're calling plays now and you're Butch Jones, you got to be thinking 4-down territory. Clock's getting away from you. Under 10 minutes, 2-possession game.
3rd and 3. Wolf, the tight end, will shift. Blitz coming. Throw out in the flats complete. First down by Chandler and more. Chandler inside the 40.
Again, 2 more missed tackles. You could live with a 4-yard gain, but a 4-yard gain turns into a double-digit gain. Simple play. 1 miss, 2 misses.
And a pickup of 16 down to the 39. We're approaching 9 minutes. And let's see if this is on Florida. Kerry Clark made contact.
One of my favorite players in this whole conference is Juwan Jennings. Remember how he turned the game around a year ago? 2 years ago when we were here, he threw the throwback pass to Dobbs for a touchdown. Made the big catch last year to ignite the game, and then beat Tease Tabor to the outside. Of course, Georgia fans remember him for the Hail Mary pass, but in this game, he turned it around. Who can turn it around for Tennessee?
Juwan had surgery on Tuesday. That's why he's not in the lineup. 22 plays in their territory and no points, but Kelly might change that right here. Kelly, touchdown. "39 yards for Kelly as he not only goes over 100, he does it with style.
Well, you know, you can rotate the linemen, but it's hard to rotate the secondary. They played a lot of plays, and the secondary are running out of gas, missing more and more tackles. That time, Chauncey Gardner misses one and allows it to go into the end zone.
David Reese missed the last one. I don't know about the
flag is
Gator
for this.
chop.
Yeah, it's going to be for celebration. It's
yeah.
going to be for celebration.
After the touchdown, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 4 of the offense, taunting. The 15-yard penalty will be applied on the succeeding kickoff.
Yep.
This is number 4 of Tennessee's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Youthful exuberance. Sometimes you just can't corral it, I guess.
Well, and Tennessee fans will remember, and I remember because I was doing the game, there was a Tennessee player late in that Georgia-Tennessee game that ran onto the field to celebrate, got a penalty, and allowed Georgia to get the good field position, but Tennessee came back, so who knows how this is going to end.
Medley to try to make it a field goal game does. Extra point is good. Well, we waited till the fourth quarter to get some fireworks going, and now we have it with 8:36 remaining in the ball game. The Vols are finally in the end zone, courtesy of John Kelly from 34 yards out. Gators lead's been cut to 3. 13-10 Florida. Remember, it looked like it was going to be 20-3 when Malik Davis was trying to cap off a 74-yard touchdown run a few minutes ago.
Yeah, there's Justin Martin right there. Watch this. He takes off a block, and how far he is behind at the time he has to turn it on. Watch this. Right about there as he stumbles, he's a good 5 yards behind. And an angle he has to make up. Now watch him make up that angle and lay out and save the game.
Not only saved the game, gave it back to his offense to go 80 yards in 5 plays with Kelly's 34-yard touchdown, making it 13-10. Kick return from the 10 for Tyree Cleveland. Cleveland got to the outside. Tyree Cleveland's into Tennessee territory. And that's what a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, and a short kick will do for you.
Yes, kills you. Just kills you. I mean, you don't know for sure if it's going to cost you the game, but look at the yardage, look at the field position it costs you.
Brandon Powell leading the way, got a good block, and that got Tyree Cleveland about 12 more yards. There was the unsportsmanlike conduct. So they kick off from deeper in their own territory. It allows Tyree Cleveland to go 46 yards on the kick return, and the Gators are right back in Tennessee territory.
The alpha dog showed too much alpha or dog. Which one you choosing there?
I don't know, but they should have collared him. First down at the 44. Michael Pirine with Franks under center is the tailback, and he'll get the call. Straight up the middle. Nice, tough run. They still don't have him down. Finally ends up way out by the first down marker, but they're going to whistle that much shorter than that.
I mean, it's calling plays right now again for Doug Nussmeier. Remembers a year ago, they couldn't get first downs. Derek Barnett blew up this offense for Florida, and he comes out first call, springs it for a touchdown. Does not get anything for it. Reminds you of the Michigan game, the called back touchdown. What do you do now? You keep pounding it? You got to have first downs. Your defense is tired.
There's some more pounding, but he got pounded by Rashawn Golden. Pirine, no gain on the play. Don't forget, coming up after the game, stay tuned for the CBS Sports post-game show powered by Ram.
Right now, Tennessee and Bob Shoop does not believe on first and second down that Florida was going to throw the ball. I mean, they're putting their safety right on the line of scrimmage.
You saw the numbers a couple of plays ago. Franks hasn't thrown a lot in this half.
Remember, they blitzed on a lot of these third down. Last time they did not. Looks like they're coming this time.
On the near edge. The quick slant is complete. First down. Good throw, good catch. Tyree Cleveland.
And that's what you do. If you're a receiver, get in front of your defender. That's your job. Give him a target, show him your number, and Felipe Franks puts it right on it.
And the clock winds its way under 7.
And I'll tell you right now, if you're in the huddle, Felipe Franks, you're going, stay on sides, no penalties, and we can put it in the end zone and put this game away. We do not want a field goal here.
Some shifting around on the defensive front for Tennessee. I don't know if everybody was set. Franks is, though, goes deep. And incomplete. Tony laid out for it. Couldn't quite hang on.
Yeah, Golden thought he had it and slightly misjudged it. Could have been caught. Brown pops it loose.
This kid's going to be good,
Yes,
though.
he is. Kadarius Toney's had a really nice game. Golden is down on the play.
So everybody diving in the end zone. One pops up and goes to the sideline. The other's still in the end zone.
I don't call that a drop ball. I mean, it could have been a great catch.
Yeah.
I mean, you lay out, you're falling down, the ground hits it and pops it out. That you got to live with that sometime. You know, the great NFL players twist when they catch a ball like that.
He'll learn.
But he didn't have much chance to do it.
No. Well, let's see if Florida's got some magic here with 6.5 minutes to go on a 2nd and 10. Franks to Brandon Powell, made one man miss, cuts to the outside's got blockers. Powell's inside the 20.
Really well-designed play. A fake screen to one side, throw the wide receiver screen to the other side. Watch it. You show a screen to the left and then hit the guy to the other side. Well, you got linebackers going both directions to split the defense, and then Brandon Powell does his shifty interpretation of making a first down. Remember, this Florida offense has not scored this season, and in 7 games and 3/4 of a game, they have not put but what, 7 touchdowns in 7 3/4 games.
Yep. Mark Thompson, and Thompson with an excellent run, got another first down.
All right.
I've seen more stiff arms today than probably the fight will have tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, you better be able to run like that if you can't pick up the blitz. And he earning his touches by making runs like this. I think it was Mosley, Emmanuel Mosley, number 12, that misses or receives the straight arm. No, it was Colton Jumper that received the straight arm, and that went right in the pectorals, right there.
Mark Thompson with a 12-yard romp there, and it's 1st and goal. Gator offense knocking on the door with the 5.5 minute mark.
Remind them, do not jump off sides, no penalties.
Franks play fake, throws Powell again. Powell diving. He's in, touchdown. He got him there, and he got him in.
I'll tell you, Freddie Swain and Josh Hammonds, number 10 and 16, held their blocks and got Brandon Powell into the end zone. But I'll tell you, go back right to the celebration penalty for making this possible. Gave great field position and allowed Doug Nussmeier to open up the play calls for that drive.
Extra point from Pinedo coming up. Double-digit lead for the Gators with 5:13 remaining. Gary said it best, short field. They only had to start from the 44-yard line. 7 plays later, Brandon Powell on the touchdown throw from Franks, and the Gators are up 10. And they've got a 10-point lead now with 5:13 to go. And that's going to put some stress on Dormady and company for Tennessee once they get the ball. Bring it out to the 25. Let's take a look right now at our GMC game changer. This guy had a series for the ages. Duke Dawson.
Yeah, 4 plays inside the 5-yard line. That was the 4th. He made a tackle, 2 pass breakups, got a little bit of a break on 1 drop, but he took advantage of it. What a great goal line stand. A lot happened since then, but I think without that goal line stand, it's a different ballgame.
No doubt. So now the heat is on Quentin Dormady.
Yeah, and there's no going slow now. You got to go hurry up. You need 2 touchdowns. You're probably going to need an onside kick if you don't score real fast.
was a late snap or something went wrong. Drew Richmond, the left tackle, might have come out of his stance.
False start, 63, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It was on one or both of the tackles, let's put it that way. But you don't want to go in that direction when you're trying to go 75 yards in the other direction. So second down at 15, first down at 15, excuse me. Screen pass to Kelly. Can he get some blockers in front of him? Oh, yes, he does. Kelly across the 30. Kelly made another man miss in the secondary. Can he take it? The Gators get him, but he's got a huge gain.
Yeah, that guy could play football.
Yeah, you think?
He might celebrate a little bit too much, but I'll take him on my team anytime. I mean, I did not think Florida knew this was a screen about a half a second after it was snapped, and Kelly cuts back perfectly. Couple good blocks inside, one by Jashawn Robinson, the center, number 75.
I think the other was Josh Smith, the wide receiver.
Josh Smith,
yeah.
Yes.
So we got David Reese down at the end of the play.
Well, it could be just, besides that, could be exhaustion.
Yeah, true. Look at those numbers. 124 on the ground, which is just off his career high that he set against Georgia Tech, and then almost 100 receiving.
Yeah, I mean, he's gassed. They got to have David Reese in the game. He calls all the defenses. They may substitute a lot of guys, but Reese and the secondary have to play almost every snap.
Here's a look at the sophomore out of Farmington, Michigan. Led the team in tackles in the Michigan game and helped out on that one. But
David got a lot of playing time last year when Alex Anzalone got injured and he had to play in the game. Anzalone now, you know, the other linebacker for Florida starting for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, we watched him the other night against the Vikings.
Remember, this Florida defense lost 7 defenders to the NFL, 7 drafted players.
See him on the right-hand side of the screen going down near the...
Yeah, and that's what I mean. He got to the middle of the field, ran out of gas, and said, I'm taking a break.
And literally Gator aid right now so he can get back up.
Now, did talk about, Brad, that, you know, would almost, if they score, have to go onside kick. But if they score fast, remember, they still got all 3 timeouts.
Right. Tennessee came in 2-0, ranked 23rd in the country. Here's what's coming up next for them. UMass, Georgia on the 30th. And they have a bye, an open week before South Carolina and Alabama.
Yeah, and you know, South Carolina's a real team now, still holds Georgia in a couple of weeks, at Alabama. Oh, that's, you know, that's looking like a difficult schedule. That's why I said this game, you know, yeah, want to win, got to win, but you don't want to lose.
Right. At the 28, first down. 4:51 remaining. Fans are trying to help right now at the Swamp. Callaway's a motion man. Normandy's going to throw it deep for Wolf, and he's got him. Touchdown.
How about that throw?
Can't do it any better. We said at the beginning of the game, he's a guy that gave him trouble a year ago, the tight end.
Tight end, matched up against Nick Washington. Ethan Wolf, a perfect pass to your tight end. And over the pylon, and a great answer. Normandy, again, came on strong at the end of that Georgia Tech game. We got a couple quarterbacks growing up here in this football game.
It's fun to watch.
Yep.
But Wolf, who caught 4 for 55 and a touchdown last year in this game, has a 28-yard score with Medley's extra point, again making it a 3-point game. Gators still in front, but now they're holding on for their dear life, and number 12's getting hot when they need him. Big play by the tight end, and the lead is down to 3.
Yep. All 3 timeouts, no need to go onside kick. Kick it down there.
Look who Ethan Wolf passed today on the Tennessee
not a
tight
very
end
good
list.
kick. Holy cow. Back-to-back kickoffs. out of bounds. You're going to kick it deep,
Kickoff out
play
of bounds.
defense, and
Number
look where you give the
25,
ball to
kicker
Florida.
continues. Ball be placed to the 35-yard line.
So it comes out to
First
the
down.
35.
One look, Ethan Wolf came out of the backfield that time. Here's your matchup right here. Nick Washington against Ethan Wolf. He's going to do a wheel route to the outside. Man-to-man coverage. Takes him. Switches off to the outside, and too late. C.J. Henderson couldn't get on him. Nick Washington couldn't get over there on the play. Kind of a perfect throw on it.
So now can the Tennessee defense come up with a stop? Gators first down at their own 35. Michael Pirine going to be dropped for a loss of about 4. Shy Tuttle made first contact from his defensive tackle spot.
A lot of pressure on this Florida offense to finish this game off. Tennessee scored the last 2 times they've had the football. That Tennessee defensive line, they've got some stars there too. Recruits, defensive ends, 4 stars. Congo, Phillips, 4-star defensive tackles, Shy Tuttle, Johnson, and a 5-star Reginald McKenzie. Can they make some plays? Get that ball back to the offense one more time.
Be about 4 minutes to go on the next snap. 2nd and 14. Franks got a man open, overshot him, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Golden.
Oh, it's a high throw. Got tipped up in the air. He's throwing to the tight end or H-back right there. Lewis, Deontay Lewis, the ball's high, gets tipped once, and then Golden gets the interception. A minute ago, we're thinking for sure Florida has enough points. One fast drive, and all of a sudden, they're grabbing it. Ball's high, Deontay Lewis tips it up. Remember the pick 6 that Florida had, very similar to that throw right there.
Nigel Warrior got a hand on that too to keep it alive. The old tip drill for the Volunteers pays off, and now their offense has got it back with a chance at the 40, 1st and 10. Kelly kept his balance somehow and got 6 out of it.
I tell you, this Florida defense is sucking air out there. Tennessee has not gone hurry up the whole game. They don't have to. They've had the ball the whole half. And if you're a play caller, if you're Larry Scott, you're feeling right now, hey, we've missed 3 straight field goals. I can't trust my field goal kicker.
It's a new career high for John Kelly. On the ground, he'll probably get a couple more tastes here. 2nd down and 4. Kelly again, broke a tackle, still got the wheels going, 1st down and out of bounds.
4th quarter football player, hard to bring down, runs through arm tackles, finishes runs physically.
He had 4 touchdowns in the Georgia Tech game, something that hadn't been done by a back for Tennessee in 23 years. James Stewart did it back in '94 against the Georgia Bulldogs.
And what a good job Tennessee did of making John Kelly available in the 4th quarter by using Chandler and Filsamy in the 2nd and 3rd quarter.
Great point. Chandler is in there right now, but he's split out as a wide receiver, and now will come in motion. They fake it to him. Dormady down the middle. Here's the other tight end, Austin Pope. And he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, this was the delay. This was a gimmick play, delay play, beautiful call, tight end delay. It's going to the tight end the whole way. Everybody else was just decoy, window dressing on that play. Great call by Larry Scott, 1st-year offensive coordinator.
Dormady's numbers are getting better. He can't erase those 3 interceptions, but if he gets the balls in the end zone again, those won't be remembered so much.
Yeah, they're all near the line of scrimmage.
There was contact made. Taven Bryan and Trey Smith. I don't know who jumped first.
Prior to snap, offside. Number 93, defense. His movement into the neutral zone causes opponent to move early. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now we know.
What a veteran play by the true freshman guard, right?
Yep.
I mean, he's in there when the defender is in the neutral zone. And that time Brian was in the neutral zone. The true freshman takes advantage of it by making the move.
And now it's a great spot because it's 1st and 5. And that means you can just have an extra dose of Kelly maybe if you choose to do it that way. Wolf, the tight end, in motion from the 12-yard line. And now we got motion and false start the other way. So we're going to go right back to where we started.
False start. 66. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, Jack Jones that time on the opposite side is the guy who flinches. He's actually touching the center on the play to signal we're ready to go. He's the one, and he loses his balance on the play.
Of course, it's noisy down there the closer they get to the end zone.
Yeah. Jack Jones is the guy, instead of having the center turn around for the silent snap, it's number 66 who turns around. He turned around to look, and when he goes back, he loses balance that play. That didn't look right either, did it?
Nope.
Right now, the Florida crowd is winning.
False start. 66 offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And remember, when it was 1st and goal for inches down here in the third quarter, Tennessee had one of those flinches and moved it back and never got any points.
That's when they threw the interception to Duke Dawson. Let's see if Tennessee can keep it together, hold their water a little bit here. They don't need another penalty. 1st and 15. And it's Kelly. Almost thought there was a face mask in there, but I guess not. He got some of the yardage back. There is a flag now.
I think it was face mask.
Yeah. Personal foul. Grasping the face mask. Defense. Penalty's half the distance to the goal line. Automatic first down.
Yeah, C.C. Jefferson is the guy reaching out. One hand. Ethan Wolf's blocking him. You try to make the play, and the first thing you stick your arm out and get is the face mask.
And that's going to take it down to the 10-yard line.
You know, and now, right now, you got to think if you're Florida, whoa, they're going to take a timeout to rest.
I don't blame them. We're going to too. 66 seconds to play in regulation. Remember at halftime when it was 6-3 and people were falling asleep? I think they're awake now.
I remember.
1:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll put it that way for right now.
Remember, you missed 3 field goals in this game. Quentin Normandy has been hot. Do you give him one of those fade balls to the outside? Callaway has been able to come up with those.
Callaway will trot out to the near side.
He's got Marcos Wilson, number 3, on him. All alone down there.
Kelly in the backfield with Doherty. 1st and goal just inside the 10. Here come the Gators. Doherty off his back foot throws. Kelly dropped it.
Oy, oy, oy.
It was behind him a little bit, but it was catchable.
He was matched up against Christian Garcia, number 43, and he lets him get inside, and one of the sure-handed receivers thinks end zone before he thinks finish the catch.
He's caught 6 before that one. 7th one would have been a touchdown.
If they run the ball and Florida stops it, Jim McElwain will take a timeout.
2nd and goal. Doherty, fade, corner, Callaway can't handle it. Marco Wilson made the play.
Ball was put right in the right spot. Callaway couldn't come up with it. Wilson was right on him. That's how you got to play it. You got to have confidence when you play that position. Gets inside, stays with it, and fights it all the way till the ball goes to the ground.
3rd down and goal. You think it's not noisy down there?
Would you do it again? Would you come back to him again?
He's in the same spot.
Yes, it is. It's same challenge. Butch Jones ran out to the 20-yard line on the field when the clock was going down to take a timeout, and he got it.
Prior to the snap, first charge timeout of the half, Tennessee. It will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, that might be the play of the game.
Butch showing some good speed.
Yes.
That stops things here with a 3rd and goal coming up. Remember, Tennessee could conceivably have the lead right now had they hit all their kicks today. Might have changed the course of the game in some other fashion, but a miss from 47 wide left. A miss from 51 wide right. And then Medley came in, and he pushed that one. So there's 9 points they left that would look really nice right now. And more importantly, in the head of their kicker, if they get another shot, which guy will it be?
Oh, it'll be Medley, don't you think, inside? I just think if you're going to throw the ball, you have to throw the ball where you can't turn it over. You got to get the field goal try if you don't score the touchdown. Callaway 6'2" down here. Okay? I'd give him another shot.
And don't take a sack.
I would give him another shot.
3rd and goal. Doherty, low snap. Has time. Throws to the corner. Incomplete. Kelly was the intended receiver.
Oh, great defense. I don't know. I would have gone one more 50-50 ball.
C.J. McWilliams with a big play, and now here comes the big kick.
Yeah, they tried to pick down, okay, and roll it back out to the outside. They're trying to pick, run everybody across the field, good coverage to the outside, nowhere to throw the ball. C.J. McWilliams did a good job staying home and waiting for the back.
Let's see if Aaron Medley can put the last one behind him. 27-yard field goal to try to tie it up inside a minute. Medley. Is there a timeout before the kick? The kick is good. Everybody just sort of stopped, and he drilled it. Even at 20 with less than a minute to go, 4th quarter. Rashawn Gaulden's interception turns into a Medley 27-yard field goal after a 31-yard march in 8 plays. And we're tied at 20. Now Medley's got to not kick this one out of bounds like he did earlier.
I mean, if you're watching the game and you're a Gator fan, it was so hard to score touchdowns in the first half. And you take a 10-point lead, you're like putting this in a win column, right?
Yep.
And all of a sudden it ain't.
Cleveland will have to take a knee on this one. Two big touchdowns by Tennessee. First it was John Kelly, who's been the workhorse as a receiver and a runner all day long. He's been sensational. Career high day for him so far. That wasn't good. But then the tight end Wolf on a perfectly thrown ball by Doherty. And the field goal makes it 20-20.
And the number of plays is caught up to this Florida defense. 20 more plays in this football game, and 72 to 53. I mean, they have worn down that secondary. They're missing tackles noticeably in the 4th quarter.
If you're wondering about Eddie Pinedo on the sideline.
And what chances do you take if you're Florida? Do they even try to get it down there?
Look out from behind. Frank's got it complete. Got it to the tight end. Siante Lewis.
Man, if you're Florida, you threw a very safe button hook to the tight end and got a pickoff. And now do you ask your quarterback to run a 2-minute offense, or do you say, let's get it to overtime?
And then we were talking about Pinedo. That's where they've got to get. He had 2 54-yarders a year ago for the Gators, part of a 21-made field goal.
I'm pretty sure on YouTube I saw a 70-yarder. Did you not see that?
But that wasn't against these guys. That was against Air.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they'll give him a shot. Who knows? 2nd and 7. Felipe Franks in trouble, and now he's going to run out of it. And a nice cutback run. He's close. Might have a first down. Clock running, though. Florida's got 2 timeouts remaining. 29 seconds.
No timeout.
Got to hustle.
They have not taken a timeout. It is short of a first down.
Oh boy, they're taking way too much time here.
Yep. And the receivers have no idea what the play is right here either. Guess it didn't matter. He wasn't getting the ball.
Oh, the fans are not happy.
Yeah, you know why? They grew up here watching Fun and Gun and slinging around, and they're not used to seeing this.
Whether they're just playing for overtime, that's what it's going to end up being.
Yep.
But I don't know if that was the intent. But you got to call it tight. You can't waste 20 seconds.
The only thing I can think of is that Florida thought it was a first down and the clock was going to stop. And once they realized it wasn't, it was too late.
Yeah, that was probably it. At any rate, only 9 seconds remaining.
And they need to run about 25 yards to have a legitimate shot. Felipe Franks on the scramble. He gets close to the first down, but is spun down short of the first down. You can see the mark right there. The officials saying it's not a first down. 33 seconds on the game clock when that ball Florida could have taken a timeout.
So 3 wideouts for Franks to the near side and 1 to the left. From the 37. In trouble in the backfield, wants to throw now, and he's going to go deep. And I mean deep, and I mean touchdown, Florida! Cleveland in a miracle finish. A Hail Mary that's full of grace for the Gators. Unbelievable finish at the Swamp. And the celebration might last all night.
The replay official is checking whether Felipe Franks was behind the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown. And here it is again.
The ball went 65+ yards in the air. And perfectly thrown. Mika Abernathy just takes his eye and relaxes for a second. And then the big arm of Felipe Franks finishes off the game. 2 years ago, we were here when Will Greer hit Antonio Callaway with a throw to win the game. 4th and 14. Now with 9 seconds to go. Different names. Same thing. Look at the leverage he has. He pauses for 1 second, and Franks outthrows the coverage. Keep running, keep playing. You got a big arm quarterback, and a bad angle costs Tennessee the football game.
As Gary said, it traveled about 66 yards in the air. It goes in the books as a 63-yard touchdown for the win at the gun. And Allie's with a pretty happy coach.
Coach, after 2 weeks of emotional highs and lows, what's it like to see your team respond in this way?
Just look at them. I mean, what they've gone through, and this is about them. And look at these fans. I mean, pretty cool deal.
This team went through a lot. The suspensions, the Michigan game, the hurricane. There was a lot of emotions this week. This was a huge test of character. Did you know they always had this character, and what did you learn?
I've said it from the start. We got some young guys and stuff, but this is a fun group to be around. They know I love them. I'm just happy for them. I mean, that's all it is.
You stuck with Felipe Franks. What did that freshman show you? Maybe that he's more like a veteran today?
No, he showed me he can throw it a long ways.
Literally, he did. Have a great time celebrating, Coach. Bye.
What a special ending. Here's one more look from up top. Franks buying himself some time. Gary, take over.
I tell you, Mika Abernathy is eyeing Franks all the way. He knows where Cleveland is, but as the ball gets thrown, as he turns, he takes a bad angle. And every odd year I come back here, I see something strange happen. I'll tell you that.
Now the other side.
We've seen this before.
Yep. They were hoping for overtime, and in 9 seconds, everything changes. So for the time being, in the East, Florida has a little bit of an edge. And Tyreek Cleveland has one that he'll remember forever. He had a big kick return that got him in good shape to score a touchdown. And then a 63-yard bomb from Felipe Franks finishes it off in the final seconds.
Tyreek Cleveland is a track star from high school, still learning how to be a route runner, but he uses his speed to close the gap on Mika Abernathy. As he turns, he takes the bad angle. That was his mistake. If he'd have kept backing up or turned deep, but when he went flat across, it was over.
5 catches today, but none bigger than that one. 63-yard touchdown catch, and Florida wins on the final play. I don't think we have to tell you what the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts is, but you know what? Why don't we watch it together one more time? What an arm on this kid. And what a finish in the end zone. Florida wins it on what might be not just the play of our game, maybe the play of the day in college football.
He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone. It's a touchdown. And the Gators have won the game. Tyreek Cleveland. Oh, my.
The call of my friend Mick Hubert. Beautifully done.
So reminiscent, if you're a Tennessee fan, of Jacob Eason for Georgia throwing that one down the left sideline when they thought Tennessee thought they had the game. They came back and won this one.
Right.
Now they didn't have time to come back and win this one.
Felipe grew up today on his home field in his home starting debut, and it couldn't have ended in more dramatic fashion. And as Jim McElwain said to Allie, pretty cool deal.
Pretty cool deal.
It was a pretty cool deal. 26-20, the final score. It's going to wrap us up. Don't forget, we'll be in Nashville next week. Bama and Vandy. For Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, Brad Nessler saying so long from Gainesville. Final score again. The Gators in the swamp win it on the final play in dramatic fashion. 26-20. What a game. The Ram postgame show is up next, and it comes right after these messages. So long from Gainesville.